Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United Manchester City podcast. Mandem United podcast meets the Mandem City podcast, where we discuss both Manchester clubs. So please keep all your comments or your questions Manchester United or Manchester City related. With Manchester United, a lot going on, a hell of a lot going on. United played Porto on Thursday, and that's an afterthought. That is a complete, afterthought. Bruno Fernandes' red card overturned. Some would say it's good. Others would say so not. I think the people who would say it's good is the rivals. The people who would say it's not good is Manchester United fans. Personally, what I say, it don't matter, because we got English Bruno on the bench. So really and truly, what difference does it make? I just mentioned the Porto game as well, and of course all the conversation surrounding Ten Hag, and reports stating that he has 2 games to save his job, away at Porto and away to Aston Villa as well. And the City representative, who will be here shortly, gaslighter extraordinaire. I'm saying gaslighter extraordinaire, who's going to come on here and tell myself and all the other Manchester United fans how we should be happy and be patient with Eric Ten Hag. And he'll tell Arsenal fans how they should be patient with Arteta, because it's okay losing to Pep as well. He tells Liverpool fans it's okay to not finish in, to also be finishing second, because Klopp couldn't do it, and everyone just needs to bow down to Pep. Like I said, gaslight extraordinaire. But Manchester City getting a win in the Champions League over Bratislava, but 2 draws in 2, which is very, very rare for Manchester City. We're used to them in the Premier League just winning games comfortably, but the draw, 1 apiece against Newcastle without the best performance, and then failing to beat 10-man Arsenal, equalizing with the last kick of the game. So we'll be discussing all of those things. But before I do, make sure you run up the likes first and foremost. Veta will be here shortly, people. Don't worry about that. But hit that like button on the video expeditiously. Make sure you do that. Hit the like button. Make sure you share this across all the socials as well. That's Me Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV, at Sarcasm City TV, at That's Me Flawless. And on top of those 2 things, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. Like I said, get your questions in, but it's rolled to 13,000 subscribers. Like Denz said, big up to DJ Denz. Says, yo, bro, big up every time. 13K. Sue come. Big up. You already know. Miles says, Flawless, don't let Veta off. After he gaslighted at the start of the season, big up the man. And he gaslighted. A lot of the rival fans gaslighted with Manchester United. And then a lot of the Manchester United fans were just on the hopium and drinking the Kool-Aid. That's what it was. Like, let's really call it exactly what it is. Me, Nuruddin, there's a few others. I throw Sheik in the mix as well. We're not looking forward to the start of the season. I said verbatim, I am writing off this season. I will see you lot in the season 2025/26, because we are doing nothing with this manager at the helm. And look how it's gone. It's even gone worse than I expected. It's even as bad and as much as I wasn't looking forward to this season. This has gone down quicker than I much expected it to. It's gone into a horrendous state already. It's already in crisis situation already. As I said, I didn't know when Ineos would sack him. I'm on record saying that. But now I'm stating that I think by the next time me and Veta do the show, he'll be gone. I think he's gone in the international break. He don't survive Porto. He don't survive Villa. And that's just my opinion. But yeah, Miles, we ain't going to let anybody forget, especially not Veta. Big up to Godfrey as well. That's gaming is not happening. He said them pussy holes actually wanted Bruno to play. Hey, he is not happy whatsoever. Fair dues, man. Fair dues. And on Bruno, Manchester United have won their appeal of Bruno Fernandes' red card against Tottenham. He'll be available for the next 3 fixtures. And I'll save the information in regards to Fabrizio Romano as well. Big up Spoobs. And the cut says, hey, big up Flawless Veta, all the crooks in the chat. The King Crook calling people crooks. But shout out to my guy Spoobs. Big up Flawless in the chat. Shout out to Godfrey as well. But yeah, with Bruno and the card being overturned, makes no difference. At this point, it makes no difference. I don't think people realize it's not a personnel thing. It's not a tactical thing. It's not personnel switching. It's not a tactical switch. It's not a formation switch. It's not different instructions. It's not giving the players different instructions. It's a wrap for this manager. He's out of his depth. He's not good enough. He's completely incompetent and needs to be sacked and will be sacked. It's a question of when, not if. Ivorian was saying earlier on today how, why are we waiting for the Porto game? Why are we waiting for the Aston Villa game? Just get him gone. Why are we taking 2 more losses for them to go in the international break? Okay. Like, we can just afford to be giving up 3 points in the league. Like, we can just afford to be giving up 3 points in the Europa League. Bear in mind, we only got a point from our first game in the Europa League as well. It's a wrap for this manager. And I was telling everyone this. I was sat in this very chair talking into this very microphone. Mic check 1 2 1 2 into this, looking into this camera, telling everybody it's a write-off. And I was told I was wrong. I was told I was negative. I was told you don't know what you're talking about. Why are you not happy? Why are you not looking forward to the season? I had this guy tell me about 3rd place and 70 goals. So let's introduce him. None other than the gaslighter extraordinaire. The guy who wrote the manual on gaslighting. The guy who is on the Mount Rushmore. The face of gaslighting. My Don, my G, Canadian brethren in the building. I don't even know if it's Toronto, but I'm gonna say 666. My life Vader is in the court. Yes, Vader, what are you telling me?
Yo,
What we
yo. Up. You know what? It's a rough day, man. It's a rough day. I mean, those of you on the listening platforms, as Sunshine likes to remind me, you need to tune into the YouTube show. You need to tune into Sarcasm City TV. Drop the like button and subscribe because you're missing out on some prime entertainment. And I'm not speaking of myself. I'm speaking about my man Flawless. He's put together shows. There's a reason why the numbers keep growing. The numbers keep growing because of the shows that he's putting together.
Yes.
All right? I'm humble. I'm lucky enough to be a part of the mix. All right? We move it like Wu-Tang out here. All right? He's got Ghostface Killer. He's got Method Man. He's got some killers in the group.
Facts.
I'm hoping to be one of them. Raekwon or something like that. Let me chef up some people.
You a killer. 100%.
Listen, Flawless.
With the black hoodie.
Flawless. I'm hoodied up tonight.
Talk to me.
The black hoodie's out tonight. If you saw my feet, Air Forces, the black ones. It's a dangerous night tonight. And listen, those of you thinking that I'm a gaslighter, I'm not. I repeat what I hear. And if I hear it from United fans, what are the United fans? Are the United fans gaslighters? Are the United fans, are Flawless's boys, the men them? Are they gaslighters? No. They're seeing things in the club. They're seeing things with the board. They're seeing things with the players.
No, it's different. It's different. The Kool-Aid affects people differently. So United fans, when they drink the United Kool-Aid, they get hopium. Rival fans, when you lot drink the Kool-Aid, actually you lot love to drink the Kool-Aid, you lot like to gaslight. That's the difference. From United fans that you are talking about, that's hope. Because when you talk to them now,
you see that's on your own
supply. You don't. No, never.
I don't. But the information that let's rewind this because a lot of the conversations about hindsight, right? Revisionism. Yeah. Mm-hmm. In this off season, I heard even before the off season. I heard about Ineos. I heard about Ineos is going to erase. Ineos is going to change up what's been the problem over the years. All right? All you United fans used to tell me, Glazers out. The Glazers are the problem. The Glazers are why we're here. And I heard that Ineos were changing all of that. I heard that Ineos were making the footballing decisions. I heard that Ineos was taking all of the mistakes that Glazers would do because they're not footballing people, and they were taking it into their hands. So when I heard that Ineos was in control and they're making the footballing decisions, I'm getting, okay, I see it. I see the optimism. I see why the failures of quote-unquote last season with Erik ten Hag aren't going to take place this year. So I'm like, no Champions League to derail the season. I'm seeing no footballing decisions for Erik ten Hag. All he's doing is X's and O's. He's doing the instructions. I'm like, I'm seeing Rude, being added to the squad as a coach, as an assistant. I'm like, all looks promising. I can see United being third, like I heard other United fans say. This isn't Vader Games coming up with stats and coming up with the whole reasoning. This is me listening to the Mendem. I'm listening to the Mendem. They're telling me third. I'm like, you know what? I see it. I'm not going to call out any specific United fans. Flawless knows who they are, but the United fans.
Yeah, you know who it is. I remember who it was. Man
Yeah,
said I
so I
see
don't
it
need to.
because
I
these
don't.
parties. I know you didn't see it, but it fits what you like to hear. You're like, yeah, I would have done the same thing if I was you. That I'm not critical of you of. That's their fault.
Okay. So
that's their fault. That's not on you. Like you encouraging that, yes. You know what I'm saying? You taking that on as your belief. That's where I draw the line. But what you encouraging them to say that third, absolutely. I do it all the time with Arsenal fans. I encourage them to say their teams go win the league and do this, that, and win the Champions League. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. So I'm seeing all of that, and I'm like,
yeah, Miles, you remember you got good memory, man. Pick up Miles. Miles got good memory, you know. Miles has said Flawless Fate was talking about us having 4+ man hit double figures laughing by us. You remember, Miles? That's the great part, you know, and that's why you're a killer. Because when the Sarcasm City TV community, you know what I'm saying, this big city that we are creating, you know what I'm saying, with all the residents, remember things, that's how you know. Because you get mentioned when you're not here. That's how I know. You get mentioned when you're not here. Look, Miles has said this. He was on that show when you were saying this. He knows.
Hey, Miles, hold on. Miles, I got to check you real quick. Miles, I got to check you real quick because that double digit, that's 38. That's what, 34 weeks from now.
Yeah,
you can't hold me to that right now. We still got weeks to go.
Okay, do you still believe it, Vale? Do you still believe it under this? Let's say Ten Hag stays to the end of the season. Do you see 4 players hitting double figures for Manchester United? If that's the case, who are those 4 players?
See, this is the problem though, Flawless. I don't know if Erik Ten Hag's staying.
Oh, we know he's not. There ain't no question. It's a question of when he gets sacked, not if. But I'm just saying, in that hypothetical situation.
In the hypothetical, if he were to remain here,
we got 5 goals in 6. Kind of like tough. Hey, Miles is kind of like you were spot on and knew exactly what was going on with this Manchester United side. So salute to you, Miles, because you figured it out. And the thing is, it don't take a genius to figure it out. I keep saying this. All you had to do before the season started was blank out the name Manchester United.
Yeah.
Blank out the badge. Take the name away. Look at the manager, look at the squad, and look at the last season. And you had all the answers right there. That's all you needed to do. That's all I did. I ain't no genius. I didn't look into a crystal ball. No, the amount of times like I was on Big Up Saeed, I was on his show, and the amount of super chats were like, yo, Flawless called this. Flawless was right.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. If we're all gonna revisit some of the predictions and stuff like that.
1 goal scored at OT in the league. One Godfrey. People told me this man on my right or left. I don't know which side of the screen it's on for you. Lot told me 70 league goals. Others told me 75.
I said about.
Okay, yeah, even that's a lot. About, let's say 60. Let's say you said 65, 66. Even that's way out.
You know what? The thing that we also have to point out is when we were having the conversation, I was also talking about seeing improvements defensively. I was more so emphasizing seeing improvements defensively. I'm not quite seeing that. This goal differential is messed up. You're overdrawn again in this league, so it's moving kind of wild. But
you told me third, and improvements everywhere. Third, Tristan Ten Hag. Third, 4 plus players in the league, 4+ players in the league getting 10+ goals, man. That's what you told me.
I did.
4 players getting double figures.
I did. I'm not leaving that just yet either. I'm not leaving that just yet.
All right, cool. Yeah, because you're doing what I'm doing. You're banking on Ten Hag leaving. Then that can change.
See, this is where some rivals got it twisted. This is where some United rivals got it twisted. I don't care whether you keep him.
It's the school of Pep. He literally is. It's the school of Pep.
Nah, Pep's his own man. This Vader game.
No, you are him, but I'm saying like you're you are your own man. But what I'm saying is you take. You'll take certain moves from him, and that's exactly what Pep does. Like, you're the type of person who will batter a team 5-0 and then say it was your toughest game. It's that Pep stuff. Pep does that.
Okay, that is true. I recognize the spirit of competition. I do recognize who's on the opposite side.
That's
but
Pep.
With regards to crapping on them, I don't quite do that. Listen, I've said this. If you know, Equalizer, Denzel, fantastic movie.
Absolutely.
That move. I don't throw the first punch. I don't initiate. I do retaliate. I do respond with equal force, not excessive, equal. So if you take a shot at me at my club, then yes, I will equalize you like Denzel. So I want to point out though, this Erik Ten Hag business, guys and girls, I I really don't care whether you kept him or not. And you may take this as a slight, but you guys have been here for a very long time. Flawless knows the level of what United have been at. He's seen what that pinnacle, he's seen what dominance is. You guys haven't been close to that. In all reality, going manager after manager, you haven't been there. So the fear factor, oh, I need United to keep Erik ten Hag. No, because I'm telling you, and whether you believe it or not, those of you on Spotify, look into my eyes right now. That means going over to YouTube and tuning into the show. Look into my eyes right now. I don't care which manager they get.
Of course, because we're no threat to you currently.
And I've heard this story before. Last week we had take your time. We were feeling it last week. The same thing goes with time. Since Sir Alex Ferguson has left, I've seen this script. I've seen it not only from your owners, not only from the players, and I'm gonna break it all down, but also from the fan base. There's a level of patience that you guys don't have. I hear you guys kicking off. I hear you guys not accepting what Omar Barada has told you. And you guys were telling me, oh, we just got one from City. We got Omar Barada from City. Look at what we're doing. And now you don't want to recognize, you don't want to accept what he's telling you. He's telling you 2028.
Let me get that.
Yeah, I did hear him say that. And United fans don't want to hear it. This is why this up and down yo-yo, kicking off about players, kicking off about managers, kicking off about owners, which is Glazers, and now it looks like it's starting to creep inception with regards to Ineos. I've seen this before. I ain't stressed about it. And if you're not going to have patience for 2028, this next revamp, this next Matrix, right? Matrix Reloaded, it's going to be the same thing.
Okay, because here's what he said. This is what Barada actually said. So it's not a 10-year plan. The fans would run out of patience if it was a 10-year plan, but it's certainly a three-year plan to get there. To think that we're going to be playing football as good as City played against Real Madrid last season by next year is not sensible. And if we give people false expectations, they will get disappointed. So the key thing is our trajectory, so that people can see we're making progress. That's fair. That's very fair.
Well, it is fair, but you are a rational one. You know how good you need to be consistent and playing at that level.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm hearing change the manager.
That too. That should also happen.
Yeah. The manager needs to change. You guys are all in agreement. Manager needs to change.
Are you in agreement with that? The manager needs to change.
Am I in agreement that Erik ten Hag needs to change?
It's like take your Manchester City hat off. Put a Manchester United hat
on. What is it that you want though? What is it that you want?
No. I just want you to. All I want is the answer to the question. Take your City hat off. Put yourself in a Manchester United fan situation. Should Erik ten Hag be sacked? Forget future and who you get next and all that. I just want to know if you think 2nd of October now, UK time zone, 12 a.m., should he be sacked?
Yeah, I think you should.
Okay, cool. Carry on as you were. That's all I wanted to know. Go on as you were.
And I remember when you guys all agreed that you need to sack Ollie. And I remember when all of you agreed that you need to sack Jose. And I remember when all of you agreed that you need to sack Moyes and Van Gaal. So
absolutely. And we keep sacking managers till we find the right one.
Yeah.
That's what every single football club who has been successful in the modern era has done. Whether it's 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Name the most outside of yourselves in Real Madrid. Who's the most successful club in Europe? Probably Bayern Munich, right?
Probably Bayern, yeah.
How many managers do you think they had in the last 10 years? You know what we'll do? Because we do our due diligence on this show. We're going to share screen and look it up, people. So while we do that, make sure you run up the likes. Make sure you subscribe to Beta Games TV as well.
Number of managers.
Yeah, we're going to see how many Bayern Munich, how many they've had. Because Bayern Munich, I believe so. It's probably between them and Chelsea. But the last 10 years, it's probably Bayern Munich, I would guess. Because I was having this conversation before with a United fan. And it's exact same thought process about managers. Yeah, of course. Go on.
Which, other than City, because we know we're exceptional, we know that is the closest thing to what we saw from United since Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yeah.
Other than City, What English club would you have accepted?
What do you mean? English
Performance-wise?
clubs?
Which English club would you have accepted?
As a Manchester? Oh, you mean like who would I have taken what they have done? None of them, because none of them have done what. Even though they've had successes, Liverpool had.
So
great
you wouldn't
success
have
with the Prem
taken
and the Champs.
Chelsea's. You wouldn't have taken
Oh, yeah.
Chelsea's.
In the last 10 years, how many leagues Chelsea won in the last 10 years? One? Leagues they won in the last 10
years would have.
It depends on the time frame.
Yeah,
How
one.
what are you telling me?
They've
Yeah,
won
they've won one Prem and one Champs.
They've won
No,
one Champs and one
one Prem.
Prem.
Not good, and that's why Chelsea fans kicked off as well. That's not good enough. Now, if we're talking the last 20, 30 years, yeah, because Chelsea won everything in that period. I think multiple times.
And so they made it to a few finals as well. So you're. I'm trying to understand. If it was one manager that had the 10-year run, essentially, if one manager had Klopp's run,
not good for Manchester United.
No, it's not good enough. United.
No, not good enough. Because Klopp should have. I say this all the time about Klopp. As good as he was, and he did great for Liverpool. Because people forget Liverpool's been a graveyard since color TVs were invented. Since we was watching TV in color, and it was just modernization of stuff. He has been like they have been horrible. So him going there and doing what he did, him winning one league title, is like winning 10 for Manchester. It's like a manager winning 10 for Manchester United. Like to get that same praise. Like if we win like the next manager who wins a league title for us, let's say it's in the next 2-3 years, is going to get lauded as a god.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Stop. Don't do that. Next 2-3 years, don't do that.
No, I was saying hypothetically. It's not. It's
no, don't use those hypotheticals. You need to set your mindset for.
No. We're gonna run the hypothetical.
No.
Like
See, this is where the problem is. Flawless. This is where the problem's gonna be.
No. I was making a point. I'm not saying we do. I'm saying hypothetically. This is the point.
Yeah, but stop that thinking though.
No. If hypothetically, if that happened,
stop that
what I'm saying is he'd get lauded as a god, but not as much as Liverpool fans love Klopp. Because we've seen success more recent than them. But yeah, in regards to answer your question, no, in the last 10 years, there's no football club outside of City that has done where I would be happy with their level of success. No. One league title in 10 years is not.
If you had gotten a manager that had lasted 10 years and had the performance, the trophies, the league finishes of Chelsea or Liverpool or Arsenal, you're telling me as a United fan you would have fired each and every one of them?
Absolutely.
If over 10 years they had that run.
Because they didn't do good enough for what Manchester United levels are. How I keep saying this. I say this to you every week and I say it all the time. How we invest. The level of expectations and standards is different here. And that's why before, and what people don't understand is, because most of us are not old enough, including myself. You know what we did from between Matt Busby and Sir Alex Ferguson? Two of our most successful managers.
Sacked managers. You're garbage.
Yeah, exactly. And what did we do during that period? Sacked managers until we got to the right one.
But a 10-year run, whether it was a 10-year run,
it was much longer than 10 years.
No, I know, but whether it was a 10-year run of what Chelsea did the last 10 years, or what Liverpool did the last 10 years, or what Arsenal did the last 10 years, you're telling me they would have been axed.
Yeah, you can't go. Arsenal gone 5 years without a trophy. You can't do that here at Manchester United. We don't accept them things here.
Wow.
We don't accept that.
All right, no, it's cool. Listen.
I can't say that. Actually, I can't say that. Only some fans. I don't only talk for me. I don't accept that.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable.
No,
let me because whilst we was on the trophy drop, people backed Ollie, and we was going when we went 5-6 years without a trophy. Because it was Ollie. It was after Mourinho. Wait, it was after Mourinho. It was the Ollie run. Yeah. And who else? And Mourinho's last year as well. So yeah, Ollie was here too.
Mourinho last year, Ollie, interim Ragnick, and now Erik ten Hag.
Going 5-6 years as Manchester United without a trophy that is very unacceptable. What we're talking about? It's extremely unacceptable in any era.
Okay, listen. Those of you, if you haven't hit that like button yet, please do so. There's more questions. I know Flawless has started them. I gotta run out real quick. Let me check on my minions. I'll be right back. But listen,
don't worry, I got to buy a Munich thing as well, so we'll look at that.
I know. We're revisiting this. It's gonna be the Matrix all over again. United fans cussing out the Glazers. United fans cussing out players. United fans wanting a manager out. We're gonna be here again in 3 years.
Potentially.
Clip this up.
You're not wrong. What's that success in the 3 years though?
Your manager could win an FA Cup and they're still going to get out the door because
what's
they're
the
not going to be
program?
good
It
enough.
depends. What's the league? How are we playing? What's the league finishes?
Okay,
How
well,
we
they
doing
can
in
finish
Europe?
top 4 and not give you trophies. The United fans are still going to kick off. This is the
Top, what do you
cycle.
say? Top, what do you say? Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll talk about when you come back. Shout out to Vega each and every time, people. Continue to run up the likes, people. Run up the likes. Subscribe to Vega Games TV. Links in the title. Vega will be very, very back shortly. 2028. Yeah, down, man. 2028. And you know what's crazy? Arsenal will still be in what, phase 8 with Arteta. What would that be? 9 years without a trophy or something like that for Arsenal. Big up to my guy Daryl every single time. He says, big up chat, flawless and Vega. I'm glad I got my loan deal to City approved. You know what? Yeah. Shut up. Thank you, AW. See, any stats like this, please drop any things like this. Anybody in the chat, please drop these type of stats in the chat. AW says since La Decima 2014, Real Madrid have sacked 6 managers and won 5 Champions League. Anything like this. Since Arsenal last won the league, Real have had over 20 managers. Please, anything like that. Just because, yeah, I'm going to get to that as well. Don't worry. But you lot get your questions in. I will start because they are out here gaslighting. Warrior J have started in regards to City's win against Bratislava as well. The likes of Fergie and Ahmad Anomaly and now Pep, most clubs that are successful in Europe's top league sack managers fairly often. I don't see why this is. And yes, and we keep sacking. I said this before when I was on Man United. And who was it? Oh, I forgot the name of the guy, but salute to him from Australia who was in the chat. And he was like, so flawless, say we sack Ten Hag and then it doesn't work with the next manager. What do we do then? Sack him. And then if it doesn't work with him, we sack him. And so forth, and so forth, and so forth, until you get the right manager. Like from Sir Matt Busby to Sir Alex Ferguson, that period from, I think Sir Matt Busby left 69. I'll have to double check that in a second. Fergie was signed in 86. So from 1969 to 1986, Manchester United were woeful. Then we won a couple of FA Cups in that period, no league titles, no European Cups. But we got it right, and we went through 5 different managers, 6 different managers. And then now Sir Alex Ferguson left 2013, we're now in 2024, and we've not got it right with Moyes, not got it right with Van Gaal, not got it right with Mourinho, not got it right with Oli, not got it right with Ten Hag. The next guy may be the guy. The next guy may be the worst of the lot. Next guy might be right in the middle. He might be 3rd, 4th best. We have to try. Same way, the girl you are dating right now who's not going out, who's not going right with, all right, you break up with her. The next girl might not be your wife. She might not have your kids. It might be the woman after that. It may be the woman after that. It may be the one after that, and so forth. I'm talking about most people don't get married and have kids and live and settle down with their first ever girlfriend. What are we talking about? Come on, man. Like, this is it. I don't get why. You can't keep sacking managers. It's the way of the world. The footballing world. What are we talking about? Line up against Paul. I don't even know, Warrior J. I don't even know. It's same lineup as the same back 5. What, Agate, Casemiro, Mano. That'd be my midfield trio. Diallo, Xerxes. Rashford gonna get dropped, Garnacho. But we ain't doing well in that game regardless. And yeah, we're gonna do once Vega comes back, we're gonna get to Bayern Munich's managers. Don't worry, I got the screen share there. But you lot get your questions in again. Subscribe to Veta Games TV. Link is in the title, people. Subscribe to Veta Games TV. How many likes are we actually on? Only on 24 likes, man. Let's get up to 30 likes. What are we doing? Let's get up to 30 likes. But yeah, this whole myth on where Veta's trying to go about you don't keep sacking managers is crazy. And Jez says, I would understand if you want to keep a manager when you don't believe that the team isn't that good. When you believe the team isn't that good and want to give it time, but with the amount of backing Ten Hag had, you can't defend it. And what I mean with backing is not even transfers, but big decisions like benching Ronaldo, letting his contract get ripped up, Casemiro bench, siding with him in the Sancho situation, benching Varane. Spot on. Absolutely spot on. Warrior J, the question about Newcastle versus Manchester City, I've started that as well. So we will get to that. I say they are just doing up family stuff. That's top 4 and progress should win some trophies anyway. I was having this discussion on the Sam's channel. because someone asked one of the guys on there, I forgot his name, I've worked with him before, Arsenal fan. Was it? Yes, Sicilian Bruno. And he said, if you knew what you knew now in hindsight, would you have lost the FA Cup final and knowing that Ten Hag would have got sacked? And I said, no. I said for two reasons. One, because I'm all about trophies and I want my football team to win trophies. Like, I'm all about that. Despite me being critical of the manager, despite me being critical of the players, being critical of the ownership, I want Manchester United to win every single game that we play. I want us to win every single trophy and every competition we are in. From Premier League, Champions League, Premier League, when we're in the Champions League, Europa League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. So I never want us to lose a game, never mind the final. So one, for that reason, yes, I wanted us to win the FA Cup, number one. And number two, if him winning the FA Cup keeps him in his job, I now know who I'm dealing with. I know who Ineos are. You're showing me who you are. That despite all the evidence that his manager is nowhere near good enough, nowhere near up to the job, nowhere near the standard, is not going to progress us forward. Manchester United won an FA Cup and that made you lot switch your mind. I know who I'm dealing with. So I would have been screwed anyway. So we lose the FA Cup final. The next manager comes in, it goes on a similar run to Ten Hag, and then we're in the same predicament. And let's say we're in the FA Cup final again, and this time we win it and they keep him. It's like we're screwed either way because of the ownership. Because when it comes to the managerial side of things, Ineos have messed up at every single turn. Every single turn. Transfer-wise, Ineos on point. When it comes to managerial side of things, terrible. Terrible. Not being able to find a manager better than Ten Hag. Interviewing managers and then it's not going well. Then giving him a new deal. Horrendous. All the good work you did in the window, all the good work you did for in football and people in football roles, people are equipped at their job, and that's the best that you came up with. Horrific. Absolutely horrific decision-making. As soon as they were in the WhatsApp group or sat around the conference table and someone said, we should keep Ten Hag, block them from the group. Kick them out of the group. They are an enemy of progress. You don't need someone that's making bad decisions and then is making bad decisions. And that is a bad decision. Horrific. Keeping him. After the worst ever Champions League campaign in British history, the worst ever Premier League campaign in Manchester United's history. And they kept him. You couldn't do that. I've said this before. You couldn't do that anywhere else in any other profession. There's no other top profession where you could fail at 50% of your job in the worst case scenario. So if you're in sales, for instance, and you record, and it's worldwide sales, so it's in Europe, and let's say Europe and let's say America. Since Veta's on here, we'll say North America, and you record the worst ever sales in Europe and the worst ever sales in North America, and you keep your job as head of sales. Never happening. Never happening. My sister works in like the fashion industry and like runs shops and stuff like that. She has to sell a certain amount in shops. Otherwise, the hierarchy will be on her case, and then she's on the case of her workers. They have to hit a certain target. She's very good, actually, exceptional at it. Sister, a very, very, very intelligent individual. My big sister, very intelligent individual. But she's held to a high standard. If she falls short, she'll receive criticism. And guess what? Her workers will receive criticism. And if she continues to fall short, guess what? She'd lose her job. What are we talking about here? This is just common sense. This is fucking common sense. What are we doing? Absolute. I just don't get it whatsoever. Don't get it. People are just on some foolishness. Absolute foolishness. See, Daryl, who we all know, well, not all know, for those on the fan calling show, no, Daryl works in sales. I'm in sales, and if I finish bottom of the list, but Daryl is not even just finishing bottom of the list. Let's say you finish bottom of your list, but you recorded the worst ever sales in your history, and let's say in the last 10 years in the company. So let's say in the last 10 years of the company, all the workers, and however many years you've been there, you record you keep, no, you're not. And he did it in two different scenarios, 50%. And in the Carabao Cup, it was 75% because we left there. Have we ever lost 3-0 at home in the Carabao Cup? It's probably a record. If anyone knows, let me know that. Have Manchester United ever lost 3-0 at home in the League Cup? I know we've lost away in the League Cup heavily, but have we ever lost at home? So that might be a record. So you've broken that. So you failed at 75% of your job in the worst possible fashion. But all right. Hey, King, big up every single time, man. And yeah, Daryl, you're done. Yeah, AW, I started that as well. And we spent, that's the thing is, you spent money, you've been spent money to get the best possible players to do what you need to do. Not like you ain't been backed. We actually had a good window. And you've had 3 windows where you spent money to bring in players you have worked with previously. So we can't say, that's why I don't hear all these not his guys. He wanted Mason Mount. Now Mason Mount's been a dud, which everyone could see with 2 eyes in the brain was going to be a terrible signing. Now he's been an awful signing. People want to diss it, or Ten Hag didn't want him. That's why this whole notion of, oh, it's the same players throwing him under the bus. Rubbish. Rubbish. All the players there he signed or gave debuts to or co-signed. In regards to Bruno giving him the captaincy and a new deal. In regards to Rashford giving him a new deal. I swear Dalot got a new deal. So where's all these same players that under Oli and Mourinho and Van Gaal that were throwing people under the bus? Let me know. Please, I would love to know. Love to know. Because Onana is his signing. Maserati is his signing. De Ligt is his signing. Martinez is his signing. Dalot, he's co-signed. Agate is his signing. Maino, he gave a debut to. Bruno, he gave the captaincy to and gave a new deal to. Who else? Diallo, he gave what? Diallo gave his... Diallo, he's playing. This is the first time we've seen Diallo play consistently and be in the first team. Rashford, you gave a new deal to. Xerxes, your signing. So where are these players? And bear in mind, how many of them have been here 3 or more plus years? It's Rashford, Bruno, and Dalot. That's it. Everybody else is new. Let me see who you actually brought off the bench. Everybody else is new. And if they got terrible attitudes and terrible egos, you bought badly. You bought bad products. That's on you then. Because clearly you don't know what you need to go and be successful at the job. Let me see who you brought off the bench. 1 second. I bet it's more players he co-signed and more players who are his signings. Look in here. So, off the bench was Mason Mount, Højlund, Eriksen, Diallo, Casemiro. You know what's crazy? I got it wrong. Garnacho started. It wasn't Diallo. And Garnacho he gave his debut to. So, the 4 players off the bench were Mason Mount, Rasmus Højlund, Christian Eriksen, Amad Diallo, Casemiro. Mason Mount, his signing. Rasmus Højlund, his signing. Christian Eriksen, his signing. Casemiro, his signing. Amad Diallo, he's introduced him into the first team. And this is the first time we've seen Diallo ever get a run like this. So he made 5 players off the bench, 4 are his signings, and the other one he co-signed. And first time we've seen him get meaningful minutes. And also on the bench as well, Anthony, who is his signing. Evans, who is his signing. Lindelof, we ain't seen all season. And Bayern Day, we ain't seen all season. So where are the players that are throwing his manager under the bus, that are throwing previous managers under the bus? Or people just making excuses and saying anything? Is that what it is? Because that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. Hey, we move. Let's see what else you lot are saying in the chat. People just be making excuses. He wasn't about, that's why I didn't do the show with Rants today, but shout out to Rants. That's why. Whether he hates him or not, he's playing him. Yeah, and it's bad. And that's another thanks for bringing up these players, because Jess says, man are saying United still play McFred, Wan-Bissaka, Dan James, Ferreira, Lingard, and them man are still there. This revisionism that, oh, we should have kept certain players. No player we've sold has gone on to do anything of note. They went, stop comparing not good enough to not good enough, because it's stupid, people. It's one of the most, it's such idiotic logic, foolish thought process. Absolutely foolish, that makes no sense. Stop comparing not good enough to not good enough. Your 2 exes. I keep going back to the gal analogies. So your ex before, your last ex wasn't as bad as the ex before that. They still were both horrible people and the relationship didn't work out. You don't sit there and compare the 2. No, this ex didn't work out and this ex didn't work out. What are we talking about? What are we doing? Make it make sense. See all the time, oh, Manchester United should have kept De Gea. No, De Gea wasn't good enough anymore. The game had passed him by. Is Onana good enough? Also no. So you know what you do, people? Sign another goalkeeper. And guess what? If that goalkeeper doesn't work out, you guessed it, because you lot are intelligent people in the city of sarcasm. You sign another goalkeeper. And then if that goalkeeper doesn't work out, you know what you do? Sign another goalkeeper. Now, if you continue to sign goalkeepers and don't work out, you know who you then look at, people? The people signing the goalkeepers, because clearly they're not good at their job. So then you have to look at them, because we've had 3 successful goalkeepers in the modern era. For those that we had Peter Schmeichel, we had Edwin van der Sar, we had David De Gea. They're the 3 goalkeepers we've had when Manchester United have been at the heights. From Peter Schmeichel to Edwin van der Sar, guess what Manchester United had? A whole host of goalkeepers that weren't good enough, people. And I watched them all. Taibbi, Barthez, Bosnich, Raymond van der Gaal. There's probably a few more that I've forgotten, but those ones off the top of my head. What was his name? Ricardo. The list goes on. Ample goalkeepers who were not good enough until we got to Edwin van der Sar. Boom. Then Edwin van der Sar left. And then we had goalkeepers from between Edwin van der Sar and David De Gea. We had goalkeepers that wasn't good enough till we got to De Gea. And now we're in that same boat. De Gea's gone. Onana's not good enough. So therefore, we now need to go and get another goalkeeper. And I'm just using the goalkeepers because that's the same all over the pitch. Same way, for those that don't know, Manchester United used to be a graveyard for strikers when I was older. My uncle and pops told me this all the time. Before our successful period, graveyard for strikers, until Brian McClare came in like the late 80s, early 90s. Graveyard. All strikers died. But he kind of turned it around, and then it was the Mark Hughes, Cantona, etc., etc. But you keep signing players. The same way you keep dating women because you want to try and find a wife. Same shit. Veya's back in the building as well. Yes, Veya, what are you saying?
Yo, what's up?
What are you saying? What's good? Big up Dead in the Water as well. I was just talking about comparing not good enough to not good enough, and amongst other things as well, because people like to do that. You know what I'm saying? You know you're smarter than that, but you want to gaslight the fans, so I get it.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I want to?
Because you're talking when you met before you left, and you was like 3 years from now we'll be in the same situation. That could be the case, and guess what? We just move on, and then you get the next manager, and so forth and so forth.
No.
Go on.
What I'm getting at. Apologies. Enjoying some dried pineapple.
It's cool. Do your thing.
What I'm getting at is, and I'm not going to accuse you of it. Okay, Flawless.
Mm-hmm.
For those rivals that want to proclaim that I became a City fan yesterday, for those United fans that have been a United fan from time, I find it enlightening. I like when Flawless gives the balanced take on remembering when you guys weren't United. I like when Flawless kind of brings up the point when he listens to his elders and said, you know what? And I was listening, strikers, graveyard, they'd go there and fail. I hear all that. So when I hear the United fans that obviously have more history with their club than I happen to have, and they want to claim that there's a standard to hold to. Well, what standard is it? Is it the standard that you grew to become accustomed to? Is it the standard of Sir Alex Ferguson? Is it the standard of United being competitive? Because, not to give you my life story, but I was a fan before I could even watch games. My uncle made me a fan. The same way I'm making my kids fans, they have no choice. They have no choice but to be a City fan. So the same way I wasn't able to watch games because they weren't in the Prem. And the Prem wasn't covered out here. The Prem was the only thing covered, and the only games you would catch would be the Uniteds, the Arsenal, the Liverpool. It would be the big games. Okay? But there's a humbleness to it. There's kind of a perspective. This competitive landscape now, it's different, Flawless. It's different.
Absolutely.
So when I kind of challenge a little bit and say, you know what, could you be competing for top 4 but no trophies? Would that be acceptable to see a manager maybe grow into the role, and maybe that role to grow into for success might be 4 years?
It's progress. I'm looking. It's progress all around. You're looking for. It's not one or the other.
No, but it can't. Sometimes it could be no trophy, but you're top 4 and you're challenging. Sometimes it could.
Wait, top 4. Wait for the season.
For the new.
Yeah, so let's say the new manager comes in 2025, 26. You think I'm expecting him to go challenge and win the Premier League? No.
No, 3 years.
That's daft.
3 years, no
That's
sniff at winning.
That's daft. You know what I'm saying? What I'm looking for from the first thing is just a foundation. Man are talking about building. Man are talking about how the interior design looks in the house and how big the TV is going to be and what the carpet's going to look like and how there's going to be a chandelier. Whoa. Just put the bricks down. You know what I'm saying? Set a sturdy foundation and lay the bricks down. Let's go there. Is it got electricity? Is the house got running water? We need the basics. That's what I'm looking for in the manager's first season. Just lay the basics down.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. If you had an 8th place finish like what Arteta gave Arsenal, and you had another 8th place finish the following season,
yeah,
you're kicking off. Your fan base is kicking
absolutely
off.
And right so because Arteta's not the guy, and Arteta's proven to not be the guy.
Oh my goodness.
What do you mean? Oh my goodness, he's proven not to be the guy.
Let's ignore what he hasn't been able to do against the best club in the world.
100%. But if he had won something, it'd be a part of the argument.
No. My point is looking at the progression of your club. Okay.
Yeah.
So if your club is able to acquire a manager who finishes 8th for 2 seasons and then finishes 5th,
you shouldn't be finishing 8th. You should not be finishing 8th at Manchester United Football Club. That's unacceptable.
Okay. That
is unacceptable.
I get it.
6 is the bar, like in regards to the new manager for his first season. 6. If you finish 6, cool.
Okay.
And you finish 6. Yeah, I'm not just 6. Results and performance after I have to see. I can see clearly what you are doing.
You want to see this laundry list is amazing, by the way, and this is why I'm saying we're going to be right back here 3 years from now. United fans are going to want to see a style of play. They're going to want to see progression year over year. If you fall back a year, you're in trouble. You're going to want to see year over year progression. You're definitely going to want to see finals. Whether it's cups, I don't know, but you're going to want to see finals.
I don't want to see progress in competitions because that's what we're here for. Do what Klopp did. Do what Klopp did in his early years. Because Klopp showed progression. If you're in a Champions League final in your 3rd year, guess what? You're probably doing something right. If you make a Europa League final in your 2nd year, a Champions League final in your 3rd year, and I can see a clear style of play, I get it. If I can look at the team and go, I see exactly what you're trying to implement. It's just quality. Then I get it. Because we could see what Klopp was trying to do from the jump. Klopp played the same way from year 1 up until he won the Premier League and Champions League. You know what changed? The standard of play.
At what point had Klopp been a United manager, would you have fired him?
I wonder if after not winning that period of champs and Prem, that team when it was primed during that period. So probably maybe a year before they won the Prem. And then probably a year at the 2 seasons after the champs, like that 5-year period. I'm looking at it and going, yeah, you should have won more. From when you can't have Alisson, you can't have. Wait, let me land. You can't have Alisson, Van Dijk, Robertson, Trent, Salah, Mane. So wait, let me just clarify that. Alisson, Trent, Robertson, Van Dijk, Salah, Mane. You cannot have.
Firmino.
And Alisson as well. We'll throw Firmino, even though I don't class him as. But you can't have with Robertson and Firmino top class / world class, all of the players world class, and not bring home trophies. Something's gone wrong. You can't have that caliber of player and not bring home more trophies.
So you're firing him. I know that's a hypothetical. I know it's
hypothetical. Yeah.
But you're firing him with the belief that there's a better manager out there.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
He lost. Did he lose to you? He lost to you lot twice by a point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the manager because it wasn't the games against you that cost them. They dropped daft points in those 2 seasons. So, I think one of them was if there's Liverpool fans in the chat, let me know. I think one of them was a home game against Brentford. One of the seasons they dropped points, and then another season, and they cost you. That's the thing is, Vader. Those things cost you. When you don't get results at the highest, we are at the highest level.
You're United. Yeah.
We are no. Forget being United. I'm talking Premier League, Champions League. You're at the highest level of the sport. It's fine margins.
No.
Fine margins.
The reason why I say you're United is because Klopp had a longer tenure at Liverpool. But what I'm hearing from you is, had you been the owner, he would have been gone sooner. He wouldn't have.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it got to a point where I was like, Klopp's not going to win a major honor. I said this on here. I think it was 3 years ago. Me and Hassam was arguing about something. And I said to him, I said, yeah, you love Klopp because of what he brought you. He's done at Liverpool in regards to winning you major honors. And he was like, oh, you just hating? I was spot on. Now, is Klopp still capable of elsewhere if he came back to the sport of winning major honors? Absolutely. Klopp could win a domestic title elsewhere and win a Champions League elsewhere. But under the Liverpool environment, nah.
Okay.
It's not happening.
You know what? Yeah, I won't.
And also, why I give Klopp more leeway as well, because his CV is very, very impressive before he came to Liverpool. And I take that into consideration. If I'm an Arsenal fan, I don't want Arteta in the first place because CVs matter. This is not a place for you to train. This is not a place for you to train.
So hold on.
Go on.
2 seasons ago, this novice manager challenging for the league. You're saying,
well done, challenge, well done, points, claps. You challenged. Well done, man. Well done. You challenged. Well done.
This is vicious.
Get no points. You don't get no points for challenging. There ain't no points for challenging. It's about winning.
Okay.
So I think winning, especially when we ain't won a league title in 20 years. You taking a piss. We ain't won a league title. Leicester have won a league title in that time. What are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? Challenging, you don't get points for that.
We're gonna be right back here in 3 years, Flawless.
It could, you know what? You may be right.
The only hope is
right.
Truly, the hope that I think is probably sitting on a lot of United fans is that Pep's leaving.
Yeah, I think
Pep's leaving. Yes. So you're not even. I don't even think you're looking for a manager to be better than Pep or to be at the level of Pep. Whether there is a manager out there like that, but I'm curious if you're. And again, I think Omar Barada is probably doing this.
Well,
I hate that he left my club with some inside information, but the next manager, because Ineos are those dudes. Ineos are the ones trusted with the footballing decisions. There's a lot of faith put into them. Sorry?
Yeah, absolutely. You're right.
Yeah. And then you got Omar Barada, who knows Manchester City very well. He's been part of the successful run. Those they're over there. I forget who else you have. You got a list of very well.
Yeah, but it's the DOF, the technical director, the DOF, etc. Yeah. People who have been like Wilcox works for you lot. Dan Ashworth was at Newcastle.
A lot of winners. You got a lot of winners, successful people over there. If they go out and select this next manager, can you remind me, because again I haven't been in all the United circles. This next manager, is he expected to come in this season? Or
I think it would be the start. Personally, I think I would like it to be the start of next season.
You'd want him give him a fresh start next season.
Give the job to Ruud for interim, and then that gives you lot. We're only in October. It gives Ineos and everybody involved ample opportunity to go select said manager, go sit down with said manager, have conversations. I'm going to play this way. These are the players that I want to keep. These are the players that I want to sell. These are the areas that we need to improve. These are the profiles we need. However, will that happen? No, it won't happen, because Ineos have already shown their incompetence. Because I said all of this before.
Whoa. You've turned on Ineos.
Right? I've turned. When have I ever been Ineos in to turn? When have I been Ineos in to turn? I can praise them, like I've said before. When it comes to transfer business, A1. Can't fault them. When it comes to the managerial side of things, totally incompetent. I don't. Here the thing is, we might be back here in 3 years. What I'm hoping for, and I've never said this before, and I'll say this again, because I don't trust Ineos when it comes to the managerial side of things. They stumble across the right manager on accident. Because with the way they move in the transfer window, if we get the right manager, we could be serious.
Whoa! Wait a minute. So you believe you have the right players, just the wrong manager?
No, I don't think we have the right players right now to go where we need to go, but I believe we can get the right players because of the window we just had. The way Ineos moved in this window impressed me very much. So if we continue to have good windows like we've had, like that, and they get the right manager, we can do very, very well.
Would you not agree that you guys have a top 4 team club?
This definitely, but you could argue that, yeah.
Yeah.
You could argue that.
So
Definitely could argue that.
The manager's been the hindrance. The manager's
A
been
major hindrance,
why.
yes.
Okay. Now I know Brew did his thing, but he's unproven because he's got to see what he does, whether he gets the interim or not. What would be the bare minimum now? No Eric Ten Hag for a rude interim season.
If Brew took over, one first and foremost, implement a system. That's just the bare minimum.
Why would you want a system? Why? Oh, okay.
Implement a system. Implement a system just so we start getting results. We need something to build. We need something for this season. Just implement a system.
Is it a matter of just keep you out of relegation? That's it.
No, it's got a joke, man. No, it's not just keep us out of relegation.
For the interim. For the
interim. No, I still want good performances and good results because we're capable.
But he's an assistant.
I'd still want to. Yeah, I don't care. But he's been a manager before this. He's won a league. I think he's won a league. He's not an assistant for a reason. He's a manager. He managed PSV. Him and
you're gonna want to see a style of play.
Yeah, style of play. I want the basics.
Okay.
I want the basics. Yes, the style of play. What we talking about here? That's like going to going to McDonald's and ordering a burger and they don't give you no bun. What we talking about?
No,
I just want the basics. You know what I'm saying? Before I say what.
He's pretty much a substitute teacher, though. He's like a substitute teacher.
That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't need you to do too much. I don't need you to do too much, to be honest. I just need you to do the basics, and I think we'll be fine from there.
Can I say this real quick?
Go on.
Is it? Am I wrong? Am I off for this? United fans in the chat, rivals in the chat.
That's those of you that relegation cheeky shit. Go on.
No, I mean you guys are. Standings right now. I know it's only 6 games.
Hey, this is the same team. A manager you said is finishing 3rd, but as we were going,
I thought he would, but this is what I'm getting to. This is what I'm getting to.
Mm-hmm.
Rivals, please co-sign in the chat if you can.
My bad. He won 2 cups. Sorry, I apologize. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, he won 2 cups in Holland.
Daryl's a real one. Respect that. Now, rivals, United's, everybody in the chat. If you didn't know what date it was, if you didn't know what time it was, if you didn't know what year it was, does this situation, do the conversations, do the points that are being brought up by United fans, did we not live through this already?
Yes, we did. It's fun.
So I'm just curious. What do you think is going to happen for this to be avoided? Because I don't think your United fans have the patience. This is why when I asked the question of what would you have tolerated if you had the 10 years of a so-and-so, or if you had the progression of an Arsenal, and to a man, and I respect it, you're like, nah, he would have been out the door. So I don't know how
This is funny, yo. Pick up, Solomon says pick up. I just walked in, I already feel gaslit by Faye. And he's a Chelsea fan. He ain't even United. That's the craziest part. He ain't even United. That's how much you gaslight that people.
Yeah, that's the vibe.
You don't like secondhand smoke. People get secondhand gaslit from you. That's what it is. That's secondhand gaslighting.
That's
what I'm saying. That's what that is.
Solomon, that's wild, man. No, I'm asking the question because I hear it all the time. The badge is too heavy. United expectations.
The expectation is The expectation is ridiculous here.
Wallace, you when we've had this conversation before, you don't want to hear it. They have to change.
Well, no, we don't have to change.
You know what has to change?
It don't have to change. You know what has to change? The personnel, mate. That's what changes. Because you just said it there. You just said it there. We could be right back here 3 years from now, 2 years from now.
We will be.
Maybe. And you know what? We might be. No, we might be. How do you know the next guy's not the guy?
The next guy's not going to be the guy to turn you guys around in less than 2 years.
How do you know? No, but again, what is turn you around in less than 2 years? No one's looking for a league title in the next 2 years.
You guys are looking
for progress. We're looking for progress.
But your list is, if one of those things are missing off your list, you want them out the door. I know
because you are 100%, and that is what it is. There is managers out there that can do that. Is it a small percentage? Yes. We are looking for a wizard. We are looking for a unicorn. Yeah. Well, we've had unicorns before. You can find unicorns again. You have a unicorn now.
You're not.
All of the big wait. All of the big six outside of Spurs have had unicorns in the Premier League era. Actually, Liverpool ain't. 4 of the big six, should I say?
No,
in Manchester City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester United. I've all had in the last since 92 to 2024. So in the last 30 years, last 30, 35 years, all of us have had unicorns. Our Manchester United, is it very difficult what you're there? Because I've had this debate before. What you are saying is spot on. It's extremely difficult what Manchester United are looking for. It's extremely difficult to find, sorry. It's extremely difficult to tick all those boxes. But guess what? We're going to keep going until we find it. Because if we had that metric, we would have never got Fergie. You would have never got Pep. Arsenal would have never got Wenger. Chelsea would have never got Mourinho or Ancelotti if that's the metric, of course.
No. Here's the difference, though, Flawless.
Go on.
Your fan base have Pokemon evolved to the point where you wouldn't tolerate an ex-Fergie. Your fan base right now will fire the next Fergie before he gets there. Because one, the CVs aren't out there anymore. The CVs...
It's a lie. The CVs are out there.
Whose CV's coming in here and you're going to give them 3 years?
Hansi Flick. We didn't get him because we're idiots. What now? Yeah.
Hansi Flick comes to your club. You're giving him 3 years.
Absolutely.
No way.
Unless he performs horrendously. Yes, I'm giving him 3 years.
All right. I know.
And also as well, fuck the fans. I say this all the time. How about you do your job? Forget the fans, don't gaslight me. I'm talking about Ineos and the people involved. Do your job. Stop talking about the fans like we control it. We don't control it.
No, you do.
We don't control it. Not as much. We have a say. We have impact. No. Listen, we have impact, but we don't control it because even with Ollie, there was a large proportion of the fan base that wanted to keep Ollie. There was a large proportion of the fan base that wanted. We was getting beat 5-0 at home to Liverpool, and the United fans were singing Ollie's at the wheel. So what are you talking about? Hear what I just said, people. When we got beat when we was getting beat 5-0 at home to Liverpool, those United fans were in the stadium singing the man's name. When we were getting battered by Watford, before Watford fans started singing it, they were singing his name. So forget the fans. I keep saying this about Ineos and everyone involved. Do your job. If you do your job, 99.9% of the fans are going to be happy. Because you know what's crazy? You mentioned Fergie. There's been a couple of occasions before Fergie was successful and the period when Arsenal won a league title and Chelsea won too, where the United fan base, a lot of the United fan base wanted him out. What did the board do? What did Gil do? Did their fucking job. And were United successful because of that? Yes, because Gil was absolutely exceptional at what he did. That's why. What are we talking about here? The aim is to get that. What are we doing, man? What are we doing out here, man?
The aim is obviously to win, but what I'm trying to point out is you guys weren't united before Fergie. You weren't that united. You're not what rivals want to remind me of, what you guys grew up on. That wasn't united before Sir Alex Ferguson, in all due respect.
In terms of what?
In terms of the dominance, the set your clock by it, United's winning the league. That type of dominance.
No, we did have that dominance. That's a lie. We did have that dominance. Matt Busby had that dominance.
No, yeah, but you just talked about the gap. So there's a generational gap.
Okay, but the generations above us, so my pops and my uncles, all were still expectants of that. That's why managers got sacked in that period. Because they were deemed not good enough. Because there's a United standard.
So whose level of understanding what United are was bigger or longer standing? Was it not Sir Alex Ferguson?
I'll tell you now. I think it was, but only just. I'll tell you now. Give me a second.
Yeah, so
I'll tell you now, because Matt Busby's run was crazy. So let me tell, because I don't think there's much in it, but give me a sec. I'm literally just pulling up right now as we speak. Give me a sec. So he managed from... No, I think it was Sir Matt Busby's. You lot do the math because you lot know maths ain't my strong. 1945 to 1969. How many years is that?
45 to 69?
Yeah, 1945 to 69.
Okay, 25.
Okay, and Fergie's was 86 to 2013.
Damn. So that's pretty much the same, 20 years.
So it's pretty much the same.
Length of time, yes, but trophy accumulation.
I'll tell you now. Truth
Okay.
is like 45 to 60. All right, cool. 1 second. Let me do this. We out here doing history lessons, people. Shout out to the
what I
Don,
want to point
the
out.
God that is Sarah is
While
Matt Busby.
you do that real quick, what I'm
Go
trying
on.
to point out is that lull, that drop off, that accepting to try and get back to winning ways.
Right, when you lost FA Cup as a player, crazy. I didn't know that.
This is different. This level of expectation is different.
Oh, absolutely. But Manchester United is different. That's what you know. What they say: heavy is the head that wears the crown. And when you're the biggest team in the country and one of the biggest in the world, that's what comes with it. When you are the juggernaut that is Manchester United size-wise, that's what comes with it. That might be accepted at City. That might be accepted at Arsenal. That might be accepted at Chelsea. That might be accepted, you know what I'm saying, at Brentford or Leeds or Palace or Brentford. As you guys, this is Man United, mate. You know what I'm saying? The levels is different. We are not the same. Hear the Monk accent come out raw there, people. We are not the same.
I hear
this is United. I keep saying this.
All right.
Things that are accepted at other clubs is not accepted here.
Not accepted. I hear it.
It's not. And if you fall short and below the standard, guess what? You're gone and we get the next one. And if we are here in 2 years' time, guess what? If he's not good enough, we'll carry on. If he's not good enough, we move, and then so forth and so forth. Do I personally trust Ineos? No, I don't trust.
The cost of managers is getting pretty pricey. I think you guys just paid off Jose. I think you just paid off all. Like the price of firing these managers, it's not a cheap thing anymore.
You know what? Do better deals. I won't put out Ineos, but do better deals.
What do you mean do better deals? If I'm coming to United, you pay me to come to United.
No,
I'm sorry.
You pay me, but I'm saying in terms of contract length. Stop putting man on 5-6 year deals.
No. If the way you're talking, you're not good, you're out the door. No. I need some security.
Okay, here. All right. Oh, you know what? Do better with picking the manager, and you don't have to worry about him failing. Maybe that.
Okay.
Maybe it's that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the manager failing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you're moving in with a girl and you're thinking, all right, where can I get a flat or something so in case this goes wrong? Like, no. You know what I'm saying? If you're moving in with your other half, you shouldn't be thinking about those things. I haven't got enough money to go and to move out and live by myself if this goes wrong. No. You wouldn't go in with that mindset, would you? Exactly. That's why you're laughing, because you know I'm right.
No, but if there's a history, of relationships going bad with this one, even though the vibes are good, you're gonna want some assurances, some.
You know what it is? Don't move in with it. Don't move in with it. Then don't get with her.
That's true. It's true. Now,
how about that? Do your due diligence, like I say with Manchester United, and like I said with Ineos. I don't like how they moved. I don't like how they moved.
Wallace already doesn't like Ineos, or he's been not liking Ineos. That's okay.
I didn't want him in the first place. Word to my guy Kaneki, how do you own 25? How do you own 25% of a house or 25% of a car? I didn't want Ineos in the first place.
It's kind of like
they got into bed with
like having
the
basement apartment. You got the basement apartment.
I'm not with that, man. I ain't with that. You got into bed with the Glazers.
Hey, I was told, again, not me. I was told that they're trying to phase out. They're trying to buy the remaining shares.
Nonsense. I also heard that Ten Hag's just there as a figurehead, and Wilcox is picking the formation, and Van Nistelrooy is doing the tactics and talking to the players and doing the subs. You know what it is? All bullshit, Vale. That's what it is. It's a lot of bullshit out there, man. That's what that was. And I told everyone it's not going to be any different. And lo and behold, it looks the exact same. I was told Ten Hag was just the face of it. And Hack and Van Nistelrooy were doing everything, and Wilcox was doing everything.
I kind of heard the same thing still. That's what also gave me confidence with regards to the goal scoring.
And you paid attention to the bullshit, man. I know. Rather than looking at what's right in front of you, but hey, each to their own.
Let me ask you this real quick.
Well,
manager's on his way out eventually. We know this.
Yeah.
Rude, probably interim.
Yeah.
I hear some fans want the next manager now. Some want the next manager starting next season. I get that. Now, if that is the case, this is a free hit season. From a United fan, you're going to be like, hey, I'm removed from this season. It's going to be a work in progress. I'm not really invested. Let me see whether these players can play at a level, but you're pretty much removed from this season. It's kind of like it's a one-off, right?
Yeah, the pressure's off of definitely Van Nistelrooy in an interim position situation.
Okay. Now, if I were to say, all that being said, you're then looking at a progressive season in 2025, 2026.
Yeah.
And 2026, 2027, you're probably looking at comfortably, securely being in top four.
In the manager's second season. Yeah, that's cool. Comfortably in top 4, yeah. And also doing well in the competitions, that matters. Not necessarily winning them, but doing well.
Okay,
doing well. So because we'll probably be in. We should be in European. I would expect Rude to get European competition of some sort, even if it's Conference League. We should finish in the European spots. So therefore, probably Europa League. So I'm looking at not necessarily winning it, but how do you do well in that? We should finish top 6. 100%. This team's capable of finishing top 6. Why is that so crazy?
No, they are.
Well, so they should bear in mind we had our worst ever Premier League season with 9 points off top 4. We were 9 points off top 4.
Yeah, you guys are spoiled brats. You're 9 points off.
I lost 14 league games, by the way.
Yeah. Your worst season in the Prem. Whoa.
All right, cool. This is your fault. Okay, rich man problems. All right, cool. Let me get to this 1 second.
9 points off.
You want to do this.
9 points
because we lost 14. We lost 14.
Worst season ever in the Prem. Listen to these guys.
Chat. What's the percentage of 14 from 38? How many games is that lost?
Listen to this guy. 9 points off. Worst season in the Prem ever.
Yeah. Facts. But all right, forget that. We'll go to this season. Hold on 1 second.
No, it's only 6 games. We can't do that.
No. Of course we can do that. Of course we can. Because it includes both seasons. No, it includes both. It's this season and last season. 1 goal in 3 Premier League games at Old Trafford. 6 wins in the last 20 Premier League games. Hear what I'm saying? 6 wins.
6 and 20?
6 wins in the last 20. That is relegation form. 8 losses.
Oh, but you're counting last season though.
Yeah, we counting last season. Of course it included. Of course it's included. So it don't count.
Okay, let me look up City's last 20 games. No, I'm gonna look up City's last 20 games.
Wait, so it don't count because it was last season.
No, I'm just saying.
Cool. Just to
we got different players now and everything, but
okay, yeah. Because we got 2-3 players who make the world of difference. 8 losses in the last 20 games at Old Trafford. 1 game in our last 9 1 win in our last 9 European games. 20 games with we conceded 3 goals or more. 37% losing rate. 37% losing rate. Hey, Smoobs, it's crazy to me because I ain't the brightest. Because he said, wow, flawless, you mean if you need to change how the team plays, you have to change the manager of the team. Crazy, man. Who would have thought, Smoobs, that in order to change the way a team plays, you change the manager? He's mad at the change of results. It's crazy. I'm saying, like, it's absolutely, it's madness.
So you know what drives me crazy though? Is because the players once again are not playing for the manager.
Don't do that because they're his players. They're his players. I said all this before you went. Of course it might. So that means you're buying bad then. It means you're buying bad.
No, but flawless.
Okay, forget that. No.
Let me make this point.
It's a myth. It's a myth. Go on.
What's a myth? That players aren't playing for the manager is a myth?
No, that these players have Downs tools and they've got other managers sacked. That's where I push back.
No, listen. Not
they're his guys.
These players in particular, United players again, not that they've done it before, but United players again are not playing for the manager. Where have we seen this before? The last 2 managers. Don't
hit me with the 2 managers, Ollie. None of these players were not here under Ollie.
No, I'm not. No. I'm not talking about the same players doing the same thing. I'm talking about United players again.
No, Ollie's just wasn't good enough because our manager's setting us up here to get battered. That's why our manager's not setting us up good enough. That's why. I've worked jobs where the manager's a dickhead. Did I put in 100? Come on, we're human beings. Naturally, you're not gonna put in all your effort. Okay, my manager's a dick and setting me up.
Jose? What's the Jose explanation?
Oh, not good enough either. Stop comparing not good enough to not good enough. Not good enough, Veta. That's why Veta ended up at Spurs and ended up at Roma, and now ended up in Turkey. That's why.
So the last good enough manager was Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why all the managers that have left have done nothing of note since.
Flawless. Sometimes, to use a relationship analogy, sometimes it is you and not them. Sometimes this number of breakups is because you need to work on yourself, not 100%. The girls that.
And we know this. And this is why when you was like, so you don't like Ineos.
What's fixed over at United? Why the next manager is going to succeed?
Ineos has made it slightly, like I said, for the reasons I stated, that Ineos have made it slightly better because of their dealings in the transfer window. I've said this. We bought well this window. So I repeat it again. See how it makes sense, people. You know how I'm just not talking for the sake of talking. See how things come full circle, because I've said this, people. I said it to Veta just before, and I said it all summer long. I like the window that they had. I hate them in regards, not hate them, that's too strong. I dislike them and don't rate them from a managerial standpoint. So if we get the right manager on accident, which could happen, law of averages, we could get the right manager on accident. Yeah,
wait, when you say that, that's actually not giving credit for when they get it. You see what you're doing there.
All right, cool. Well, I hope they get it. But when I say on accident, is because I don't think he'll be first choice. I think it will be like it'll be like the second or third choice or something like that. That's what it is. I just genuinely don't think they're good at it. You know what I'm saying? You don't get credit. You don't get credit for putting out fires that you started. That's just me. I don't give credit for putting out fires.
If they make a short list and they don't get the first pick, but they get the second pick, and the second pick works out, they get credit for having a short list of those players and targeting them.
You
can't do they lucked into a manager. Come on, man. That's
cool. Not looked in, but when I say on accident is because I guarantee. You know what? I'll guarantee it right now. The second manager was clearly the better pick. And I don't even know who it is. The second manager was clearly the better pick. Whoever it was, the second manager was clearly the better pick to me.
That's crazy.
And that's why I'm not giving you credit. Like, if it was close, I go, yeah. So let's say, for argument's sake, because Veta said, let's say they get the manager right. I won't even say an accident. If they get the manager right, because of how they've moved in the transfer window, we can do good business. We can do, not good business, sorry. Manchester United can do well. Because you've already shown me in this window already, in regards to incomings and outgoings, you're very, very good at what you do. Very efficient. Very quick at what you do. Like, I'm like getting deals done expeditiously. I go, you know what? Props to you. You've surprised me there. And I praised Ineos for that. Super. And the outgoings as well. More money than we've ever made before.
Yeah.
I was like, impressive.
Speaking about money, you guys are in jeopardy with Adidas, I see.
Probably,
if you guys don't finish in Europe, the Adidas deal,
but hey, we should wait and be like you say with Ten Hag, and and be patient and all that. But even there, because you know what Adidas have as well, they have targets to hit, and guess what? If Adidas don't hit their targets with the people who are dealing with us, they'll be fired too.
No.
That's why it is.
No, the Adidas people won't be fired. They'll just have the contracts that then. The numbers drop.
No, but I'm saying Adidas. No, but when I say that in regards to being Adidas, I'm saying they have targets to hit too. So there's someone there that's fighting to keep let's keep Manchester. Let's say someone's fighting, like these Ten Hagers are fighting, and people are gaslighting like you and saying, let's keep United for one more year. And then Adidas, their profits and the business with United dips, then they'll be in trouble. That's what I'm saying. Obviously, it's highly unlikely, but I'm just using it as an example.
Well, this is the funny thing that happens to be one of those myths, right? The myths that some of these rivals want to talk about United will always be a big club. No, you won't always be a big club.
I don't think you ever stop being a big club. You stop being a successful club.
Lack of success will have you not be remembered like you were. Look at the ones that were winning before Prem time. Look at the clubs that were considered.
But then it depends on, now we're talking metrics. Now it's like what you consider, like Leeds to me are still a big club. They ain't won nothing young. They're in the championship.
Yeah. But again, these sponsorship deals, these visibility deals, they go away. They don't quite. So like Adidas are saying, listen, United.
Well, you know what the difference is? You mentioned it there because it's in the Prem era. People will always still put United on TV because people will watch.
No, they won't always watch. Not if you're like this.
We've been like this for 12 years.
No,
what are we talking about?
No, you haven't been like this. You just told me this was your worst season ever. You haven't been your worst ever.
And we still was probably more watched than your mob.
No, the funny thing is, Paul, and this is hey, I give you recognition. You're mighty United.
Don't do that. When you said that.
Sorry, it's my accent. When you have,
it wasn't an accent. Don't blame that. Don't blame it. This guy's slick, Don't do that. Don't blame the accent. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing to do with the accent. This guy, why?
But what I'm trying to say is, when you guys were having bad seasons, right? Because before this one, you told me that your season before that was your worst one, right?
The season before, not 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago was the worst one.
3 seasons ago, Ollie was your worst one. That's why Ollie got back.
It was the worst one.
Yeah, but your worst one was finishing 6th, I think.
No, now it's 8th. It was 8th.
Now it's 8th, but under
It was
Ollie,
7th under Ollie. It was 7th.
Oh, 7th on. Okay,
Yeah.
so 7th under Ollie. Wow, 7th.
And we still
worst
watch
season
because you
ever.
know why? People love because we ruined so many childhoods. People love seeing United get dunked on, so that's why they'll always show us on TV. We're never not shown on TV.
Yeah, but you're. It's going. If this again, this is why Adidas is saying you are in jeopardy of this contract being reduced because it's going to go from the brand being associated with winning to the brand on United, the Adidas stripes on a United kit being comedy, being fallen from grace. So they protect their brand by being like, well, no, you guys aren't winners like you used to be. We're reducing these things. But
you're spot
if you guys,
and you know what's crazy? This happened with Nike under Fergie. The same thing you're talking about. I remember it vividly. This happened when they was threatening when we went through our tough period. So it's not anything new. But back to the point, where was we at originally making?
The
new manager.
The new manager. This is what I want to talk with the new manager.
Go on.
We've established that there's a different threshold of patience over at United. We've established that what can go on, what has gone on at a Chelsea, at a Liverpool, at an Arsenal, that will not be tolerated at United. We've established that. So
not new Chelsea. Yeah, I was just trying to think. Yeah, that's not accepted. I can only speak for me. Not accepted by me. These lot.
Yeah, you're level-headed.
Ineos will accept it because they kept Ten Hag. So maybe they will. I'm unaccepting of it.
See, not to revisit it too much, but I think Ineos kept Ten Hag because they didn't want to look like Glazers have looked past seasons. They didn't want to look like, at the whim of how the fan base is kicking off, and he had his spell, even though he delivered a trophy. Let's see how this plays out. They've obviously interviewed. Ineos actually still looked out to see who might be the next manager. So they're being strategic there. I think they also are managing the brand. And they were like, you know what? We're not going to move like Glazers have moved in past years. Let's keep this manager, but we're still going to look what's next. Now, whoever comes in, flawless. I'm confident that we're going to have this conversation again. It's going to be Groundhog Day,
and that's cool.
And for you, you're accepting of it because it means the manager's not good enough. You move on to the next. I just think that this 2-year threshold of football challenging progression. No.
It's not 2 years. It is about progressing.
It is 2 years though.
In regards to what? Not necessarily. If you do what you're supposed to do in the 2 years, you'll get your third year. If Ten Hag would have done what he was supposed to do in his second year, I'd be here saying, all right, cool, let's give him the third year.
Wait, what was he supposed to do last year? Sorry?
Much better. Implement a style. That's what you're supposed to do. First and foremost, make better tactics. Don't lose 14 league games. Don't break all the records you did. All right, you brought this on yourself. That's a great question. What was the question you asked me? What were you not supposed to do second season? I got you. I got you. This is not what you were supposed to do. All these things. Hold on one second.
Don't give me the list. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Because you asked for this. So yeah. This is what he said. Like, yo, don't. These are the things. Vader had the cheek to ask me, what was he not supposed to do in his second?
No, I said, what was he supposed to do?
So this is what he was not supposed to do. Manchester United hadn't lost 13 games by Christmas since 1930 until Eric Ten Hag. You know, I'll even go into the list just to clarify. Just that we lost 13 games by Christmas.
I'm saying, okay, all right, hold on. Let's rewind a little bit. Let me put something in perspective. If Liverpool fans grew up or have a certain standard, if Chelsea fans grew up and have a certain standard, if Arsenal fans grew up and have a certain standard, with City, obviously you all grew up and we're now having the standard you guys want to remind me of, and then United, as you grew up in a certain standard. I just listed 5. Now we also have, I know Spurs don't have the standard, but Spurs do compete, do spend, are in the mix like that. 6. We got Aston Villa, who are currently 2 seasons now in a row where they're flirting around top 4. They've got a manager. They obviously can spend. That's 7. Does the top 4, how it was looked at in disrespect, that's the minimum. Is the top 4 not now a more difficult standard to remain at?
No, because you can lose in some seasons. You can lose 11 games and still get top 4. So no. If we lost 14 league games last season, if we turned 3 of those into wins, we finished top 4. meaning we would have lost 11 league games. If you can lose 11 out of 38 games, you don't need to win to accumulate. Normally accumulating 70 points in the Premier League is not difficult in my opinion.
But you don't think the top 4 fight is going to be tighter where those numbers are going to change now? They're going to be skewed.
If you're in the top 4, fight, then you're doing something wrong.
What? Oh my.
If you're in a top 4 fight, you are doing something wrong.
I just listed 7 clubs that can all fight for this.
Yeah, but you should be better than most of them.
Oh,
Simple
wow.
as that. What do you mean? Oh wow, be better than most of them. You're at Manchester United. You can't be better than Aston Villa.
How many seasons are you going to give your club to get better than them, though? This is what I want to bring it back to.
Oh, is this what you're asking me? You're asking me like if you're asking me specifics, like I said, first season. Obviously, you can't be finishing 8th or 9th, but I'm looking more so for away from stats and away from league position. What are we doing on the pitch?
Let's say year one.
I'm looking. So yeah, year one. I'm looking at what you do on the pitch. That's the first thing I'm looking for. Forget league position. What do we look like on the pitch? Forget whether I rate the players or not.
Okay.
It's not even about whether I rate. You could have 11 players I don't rate. Can I see a clear system? Do I see clearly? As soon as I watch, I know exactly what I'm going to get. When Klopp took over Liverpool, I am watching Liverpool. I know exactly what I am going to get. I can see in his first game coach, when Tuchel took over Chelsea, can't remember who he took over from, but they was woeful. I watched their first game.
Lampard.
It was Lampard. I watched that. Because Lampard friggin' helped Arsenal when Arsenal was there down the bottom. That was around the times I was doing my first watch-alongs. I think it was around those times anyway. Maybe I could be wrong. I could be right. Tuchel took over and had 2 days with that team. I had watched Lampard the entire season up until that point because it was hilarious seeing Chelsea and that going through.
Lampard was good in Champions League, though. He was good in Champions League.
Yeah, fantastic. You can gaslight the Chelsea lot. But anyways, we move. But the point I'm making is I watched that Chelsea team under Tuchel with 2 days and I seen a clear and distinct difference with players I don't rate. Yeah. The same players that Lampard was struggling with, I seen a clear system. The best example is recently is Emery at Villa.
Yeah.
Took over from Gerrard. They were 3-4 points above relegation, and he made them a European side. When Gerrard was near the bottom of the table, nobody was saying this Aston Villa side is a European side. Not one person on the planet was saying that. But how come Emery can go in there and make them a European side? You know why? Word to Surfer, coaching matters. And then come back the next season, no one looked at Aston Villa and said, oh, they're a Champions League side. What did he make? So coaching and only had a couple of players. So back to your point, what I'm looking for from the manager first and foremost, forget league position. What do we look like on the pitch? That's what I'm looking for. I need to see clear stuff. I need to see clear formation, clear tactics, so I know exactly what I'm getting. Week 1 shouldn't look different from game week 2. Game week 2 shouldn't look different from game week 3. Now, you should have alterations where we're slightly more defensive, slightly more offensive. That's what I'm looking for. Now, how do you put the correct players that you have in the squad in those situations? And then I go, all right, cool. Are you getting results? Are you adaptable at times? All right, cool. I like what I'm seeing. Are we defensively? Do we have some form of defensive resistance and defensive structure? Do we have some form of offensive? Are you getting the best out of players? Are you turning average players into above average players? Are you turning below average players into average players into good players? Is the system clear and helping? That's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at with it. No stress, Veo. Whenever you're ready, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, do your thing, man. Do your thing. Oh, good. Shout out to Veo. He here interviewing me. It's crazy. But we move shouts to Veo every single time. Run up the likes to over 60 of you lot in the building. 44 likes. Let's get up to 50 likes. Flawless, if you beat Porto and draw with Villa, do you think that gives Ten Hag a bit more time? Yes. If he gets any form of result against Aston Villa, he stays. He draws 1-1. He stays. 110%. They keep him. Should he stay? No. Wesley Sneijder said it best when he was like, I can't remember the quotes, I'm paraphrasing, but he was like, 2 games are going to decide so much. Like, no, they want to get rid of the manager. They're looking for a new manager, but these 2 games as results it's dependent on so much. Foolishness. Absolute foolishness. Incompetence. That's what it is. Oh, yeah, Maddison, we know he's losing both. I agree with that. And you mentioned something earlier, Maddison, as well. Where is it? Flawless next manager will struggle as well. Trust me. And you know what? I hope that's wrong. But if he does, cool. Like I keep saying, You go and get the next manager and the next one and so forth till you find the successful. And that success might be 3 years, might be 4 years, might be 5 years. And then he's gone. And you say, you know what? It's a wrap. Show's over. Whatever the case may be. These are the next manager. Drew 2-1, Southgate 4-1, Tuchel 15-2, Potter 17-2, Zidane 25-1. I think it will be Rudi's interim, which I'm actually happy about. But I don't want him to get the job permanently. Rudi's interim. Let him be on trial. Don't offer him the deal. Let's say Rude does extremely well in United are flying. Don't offer him the deal to the end of the season. Don't make the same mistake you made with Oli. Ryan saying Tuchel would be excellent for United. I don't want Tuchel, but if we got him, I go, all right, let's let it run. Flawless, what game do you think any of us will pull the trigger on sacking Ten Hag? After Villa? I think I never predict us to lose. Lose to Porto, battered by Villa, and then they'll sack him in international break. 2 losses in a week, 3 losses in a row. This is all the conversation is going to be about. They ain't going to keep him. They ain't going to keep him. It's a wrap, man. The show's over, people. Nothing else to see here, man. Draw the curtains, put the chalk around the body, pull out the yellow tape. It's over. And when it's over, it's more relief. It's not even happiness. It's more like, would you have kept Fred and Amrabat as they're coming to OT and free? No, I wouldn't have kept Fred and Amrabat, John, because they're not good enough either. I don't compare not good enough to not good enough. Go get the same way I talk about the manager and go and get a manager of a certain quality. I need players of a certain quality. Players and Amrabat and Fred are not it. If they sack Ten Hag during internationals, it'd be another Man United drama again in the international. Because as Sheik said to me, would you do like a live stream, like party or celebration? And be like, no. It's more relief. It's how I felt when Oli. It wasn't no happiness when Oli left. It wasn't joy. I feel just like I just been getting beat up for yonks. You know what I'm saying? Same person have been, the same bully in my ends I've just been and had been running into me and beating me up for years. And then he moved. That's what it is. Then he moved. It's relief. What if they go for Potter? What if they go for, I'm going to say, what if they go for Potter or McKenna? Don't want Potter or McKenna. Don't want neither. I want Potter who failed at Chelsea. I don't. Terzic, is that the Dortmund coach? Let me know. What's your take on the new Champions League format? I like it, John. I do like it. I like the new format. I do. I was skeptical, but I like it. In all seriousness, don't you think there's been improvement for Manchester United this season? Defensively, yeah. But none of the improvement has come from the manager. We improved defensively because we signed better defenders. That's why. We signed Mazarari. We signed De Ligt. So that's why we improved defensively. Because we signed 2 defenders who individually are better than what we had. De Ligt is an upgrade on Maguire. Mazarari is an upgrade on Wan-Bissaka. So therefore, we look better. That's what it is. It's like being an average rapper, and then you get a top boy producer and someone who makes hooks cold. Of course, your tracks are going to sound better. You're no better as a rapper, but your songs are better. But it's nothing to do with you. You're still rapping the same bullshit in the verse, just being mediocre. But you have a bad boy hook maker and you have a bad boy producer. So that's what it is. It does it now because what Jezza said about him. No worry, Jay. I wouldn't, but I don't know too much about.
List of manager. This is. You know what? It's gonna be fun. What's gonna be fun is because I always like to keep my ear to the United streets. You know what I mean? I like to listen to see what people are saying.
Yeah, you like to get ammo to put in the gun. Do you know what I'm saying to shoot people with? And no, actually, sorry, you like to get the ingredients to put in the Kool-Aid to sell it to people. That's why I see you.
Listen, I'm a firm believer in surveillance. All right, you need to know your surroundings. You need to know where your threats and targets are. So I do surveillance. Now
we know this. We established this when we said you'd rub the bank and smile at the cameras. Yeah, we've been here. See how things come full circle. Remember that. This guy would smile into the camera, just no mask and just rubbing the place. Yo, we've been here. But go on.
I'm hoodied up, but I don't move like that. The thing that I want to point out, the list of managers and the agreement from the United fans is going to be very interesting because I know time will tell on who ends up being on the short list and things of that nature, but you guys are kind of all over the place. Nagelsmann. Is De Zerbi still desired?
He's at Marseille, so he's probably deemed as unavailable.
But this is what I wanted to get at, and I like that you said that. Will United put the money?
Actually, I looked here. He's on the list. If
will United put the money on the table and say, we have deemed you to be that next guy?
Yeah.
We're buying you out. Come over here.
Yeah, if they want to, yes. That's all on Ineos. If they want to do that, yes. So you use De Zerbi. If United decide they want to go get De Zerbi, they can go and get De Zerbi. If they want to. But it's on Ineos. On what they want to do.
Do you think you guys, you think you're an attractive club?
Yes. Absolutely.
You said that with no hesitation?
Yes, because people keep acting like we're not all human beings. One, we're the biggest, for most, any manager are approaching we're their biggest job in terms of managers have egos. We know we're their biggest job in terms of stature. Yes. What manager has managed a bigger club than Manchester United who we're linked to? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Wait, hold on. That could be said of many other managers, though.
What do you mean?
Like the going to United, the going to Real Madrid's, the going to
Liverpool. But they're included in that. That's why they're able still to attract top managers.
But I think they've all acquired managers that weren't bigger than them at the time.
What manager's bigger than us right now?
That's what I mean. There's no manager bigger than you guys. There's no manager there was no manager bigger than Real Madrid when they got their managers.
I agree. You know what I mean? But the point I'm making is back to answer your question is why are we still an attractive proposition? One, because managers have egos and it's a stature thing. And to have the resources that Manchester United have.
Okay, we're using the relationship analogy again because I like how we run this.
Of course, we very clever over here.
You've been seeing how, no disrespect, you've been seeing how many men this girl's running through, and you're gonna be next.
Because I hate to say this. What? I hate to say this. No, I'm gonna respond. I hate to say this. Managers don't care. It's a job to them. Managers don't care. They don't care how others have been treated. You know, the only constant at football clubs is fans. That's why you see managers crisscross and go manage rivals and all this type of stuff. Managers don't care about all that. Where Manchester, and I get to the second point, you know what we also offer as well? The money. We offer the big bag. We're trebling your wages. Of course you are going to get here. What we talking about? I don't know. They are. Somewhere, so if you're in Canada right now, they trebled your wages and said, all right, you got to move to the UK. All right, I'm packing my bags now. Trebled your wages. Oh, actually, I can't say treble because it's not on the same pace.
No. I know.
I added 2 zeros to your pay packet right now. You're moving. What we talking about? That's what Manchester United do. Whatever you make in a year without going into your finances. So let's say you make, I don't know.
No, I'm comfortable, but I hear what you're saying.
Comfortable, yeah. Let's say you make 50K a year, and a company goes, we're gonna add 2 zeros to that. All you gotta do is move to the UK. You're moving to the UK. What we doing? Yes. Hey, family, we on our way out. Dad's rich. I'm rich, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if my CV is also out there with competitor B and C, which aren't quite giving me the bag like you're offering, but I know that my stint. Listen, I'm gonna get the bag that you're considering for the chance in maybe 2 years, but I know the level of success will probably have me here for 5, 6.
Back to ego. There's no manager who takes the job who doesn't think they're going to be successful. Ten Hag still thinks he's going to be successful here, and everyone could see he's going to get sacked.
No, but sometimes it's not. But when I ask you about the attractiveness, there's a reason why. No disrespect, but there's a reason why Pep chose City and not United.
Yeah, because you had all these people there already in charge. That was set up for him. You had all these people from Barcelona in charge.
So from an attractiveness standpoint, but
again, look at the man. We're not talking about Pep. You had all Pep's people in place.
I know, but there's been managers that have I would think have turned down the United job.
Very few, yeah. And that's gonna happen. Very few. Like I think Klopp did as well.
I don't think you guys are as. I don't think
So
this
what
run
managers
of
turning us?
managers.
Okay, so let's go to the list. What managers turning us down in your opinion? That's on the list. I'll go through the list. These are bookmakers.
Yeah,
I'll run through it real quick.
Now, as I say this,
I run through it real quick.
Yeah, but when you go through the list,
Rude. This is odds bookmakers. So this is who they're saying are the favorites. There's a whole heap of managers. I do like the top 10. Ruud van Nistelrooy, Gareth Southgate, Thomas Tuchel, Kieran McKenna, Graham Potter, Thomas Frank, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Mauricio Pochettino, Zinedine Zidane, Robert De Zerbi, Ruben Amorim, Areola, Sergio Conceição, Postecoglou, Allegri, Carrick, Nagelsmann, Eddie Howe, Hansi Flick, Xavi, Simeone Inzaghi, Antonio Conte, Lopetegui, we'll end with Mourinho, Emery, Ralph Ragnick, and then this ridiculous odds after that. So out of them managers I just named, I'll put it up on the screen. Who's turning us down?
Now
I'll share on the screen. We'll get. I'm not even going to interrupt. I just want to know who's
no,
if we go and get so we'll go through it. So if we go and approach Van Nistelrooy's here. So you think if we offer Van Nistelrooy the job, he's going to turn us down?
So when we know that the prom, you guys have proms over in the UK?
Yeah.
Okay. So when we know the prom's happening at the end of the year, and there's the chance that Manchester City looking for a manager and United looking for a manager.
That's all well and good. Is Van Nistelrooy turning down Manchester United?
No, because
Gareth Southgate
manager.
Is Gareth Southgate?
No.
Is Thomas Tuchel?
Did Tuchel turn you down, or did the board turn you guys down? I think Tuchel turned you down.
I think it is. I think it was a mix. Is McKenna turning us down? Who manages Ipswich Town? Is Graham Potter? No, he's not. That's why he's sat in a Sky studio. Is Thomas Frank?
No, but Potter got burnt once. Does he want to get burnt again?
Is Potter turning us down? Yes or no? We knocked on Potter's door and said, "You want to be the manager right now?" Is he turning us down? No, he's not. Come on. All right.
All right. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Thank you, Thomas Frank, who manages Brentford.
No.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you still can't get a job after leaving.
Yeah. Why is he still on the list? That'd be silly to go back.
Because he can't get a job. Because he can't get a job, so that's why he'd come back to us, because he can't get a job.
He should turn you down, but okay.
But he wouldn't, because he can't get a job. Would Poch?
Yeah, that's silly.
No, Poch wouldn't either.
You don't think Poch turned down Chelsea? Of course he'd turn you guys down.
Poch turned down Chelsea. He managed Chelsea.
Yeah, but the extended contract that they were trying to do, the who's going to have say on players and who's going to do this and that.
We're a bigger club than Chelsea.
Okay. All right.
Respectfully.
I can't argue that you're not bigger than Chelsea.
No, okay. All right. So Poch, yeah. Zidane, he would definitely potentially turn us down.
Definitely turning you down.
Yeah.
I don't even think he's accepting the call.
De Zerbi.
Ooh.
That's 50-50.
Yeah. I can see him playing the game knowing that there's other opportunities.
That's 50-50. He might do.
Yeah.
He might do. Amorim, sporting manager. We're taking him. We're going to get.
You think so?
We're quadrupling this. We're doubling his wages bare minimum. What are we talking about?
Yo, that's a cheat code. It's
not a cheat code, because not everyone can double the wages of the manager they're going to get. That's what comes with being Manchester United, my friend. Sergio Conceição. I don't even know who he's managing right now. So he's out of the job.
I don't know where he's at.
Ange Postecoglou absolutely is at Spurs. Let's be real. Michael Carrick.
Wait. You think
Ange Postecoglou? Yes. No. If we went and got Ange Postecoglou would come to Manchester United if we went and offered him. What are we talking about?
Okay.
All right. So how many names is that? Carrick, yes. Nagelsmann, yes. Eddie Howe, yes.
Whoa. Nagelsmann,
yes. Nagelsmann ain't got a job right now.
He doesn't have a job, but I think that's by choice.
Okay. Well, I'll give you Nagelsmann. Eddie Howe, yes, he's at Newcastle. Flick, no. Xavi, yes. Inzaghi, 50-50.
Whoa. You said Xavi really quick. What's happening here?
Because he ain't got no job. But I don't want Xavi. But all right, just to name out the name. So that's wait. So how many we got out of this? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. How many you name? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We went 14, and there's only 3 names out of this list where we were like, they probably turn us down. So we're talking about Manchester United can't get a manager.
And then if we continue to filter this, how many managers do you think are good enough for United on that list? Because
I'll tell you now.
all right.
What we need. Frank, I hear it. Zidane, Giuseppe, Amorim, I want.
No. The ones, no. Sorry, the ones that would accept.
Oh, the ones that would accept.
Yeah.
All right, cool. It's a very small list. Amorim or Giuseppe, either of those two.
You take either of those two.
No, Amorim's top of my list.
Okay.
Amorim's number one. Number
this
two.
This is a good conversation right here. I'm learning a lot tonight. This is a good conversation.
Amorim's top of my list. I've been saying this. Nah, Gary O'Neill is on the list, John. He's just lower down because that's just it's a bet makers thing, that odds checker. So it's just got people on the list. But yeah, it's got everyone. It's just got odds for everyone. But obviously, the longer the odds is, the further you go down. But there's very few managers. But yeah, Poch is the US manager. He would leave for Manchester United. Absolutely. Man took the United States of America job, but wouldn't take the Manchester United job. All right. But I don't want Poch. But yeah, Amorim's my choice anyway.
You don't want Poch because of what he did at Chelsea or what he did at Spurs?
Nah, what he did at Spurs was calm. It's what he did at Chelsea. It's just yesterday's news. And the question of it is not what I want. It's the certain managers who I'm not like big fans of, but if we were to go get them, I go, all right, cool. Like if we was to go get Areola,
give him 2 years.
Get like a Thomas Frank or something like that, you might have a job to do. Maybe you are better than I expect you to be. Maybe your trajectory is much better than I expected.
Which you need to prove in 2 years.
Yeah, you got 2 years, 100%.
Yo, I'm loving this. Listen, the United content moving forward is gonna be fire.
Yeah,
it is going to be. I'm absolutely loving it.
You got 2 years. And you don't even have to. I'm not even asking for anything exceptional in the 2 years.
Well, you're
asking for nothing exceptional. I'm not asking. Hear the words that are coming out of my mouth. I'm not asking for anything exceptional. Finishing top 4 and winning the FA Cup and League Cup or Europa League is not exceptional.
It is.
No, it's not. All right, so we have different levels of exceptional then.
Because the landscape of competitiveness has changed.
Cool. So we arguing something that can't be right or wrong either way.
Top 4
exception. Top 4 is not exceptional to me. That's not exceptional. No. It's not. I'm sorry. Top 4 is not here. That's why I use the word exceptional purposefully. Like exceptional. Like this is we're not.
It's okay. It may not be exceptional, but it's still asking too much.
Exceptional. Like what we doing?
You're asking too much. You're asking too much because
no, I'm not.
Because
Ten Hag did it in his first season.
Stop. What?
As you like to point out, Ollie did it.
Ollie did it in his first season.
I don't know if it was his first season, but
no, he didn't. He didn't do it in his first season.
No. But he did it in his second season, as you like to point out. I think it was the second season.
Yeah, but again, those are years. Those are years gone. The competitive landscape is different. That's why I keep. Cool. That's why I shared the 7 clubs now. The 7 clubs now that are spending money. The 7 clubs that are all threat.
They don't spend like us and have our resources. So therefore, we should do better. They don't have our resources. Them seven clubs don't. What do you mean? Them 7 clubs don't have our resources. If you don't have our resources,
perspective,
and because it's facts, them 7 clubs don't all have our resources. We have better resources. This is why we have better. This is why we have better expectations.
Listen,
what are we talking about?
Rome was once the epicenter, right? Timbuktu was once the epicenter. Things change. Strengths, threats. Winning the dynasties change. This top 4 fight, it's different these days. It's different now.
Again, for you and United fans who want to hear that nonsense and back that nonsense, cool. I'm not with it. Like this is what it is. Now top 4 is mandatory. It's not the ceiling. It's not the ceiling. It's the floor.
All right. So this free hit run with regards to moving forward. Do you think you can play spoiler versus any of these clubs? Like, Absolutely. Would you look for Root to get any positive results against some of the big 6?
Absolutely, because we're capable.
All right.
I'd look to Rude to go and win the Europa League.
What is flawless? Every time I think we kind of leveled out and like the expectations are kind of balanced. Now you're talking about winning.
I didn't say he has to. I said I would look for him to, because I don't know his level. I don't know his level, but if he's as good, because we're one of the best teams in the competition. Are we not one of the best? No, Veta, don't do that. Are we not one of the best teams in the competition?
I think on paper you are.
Okay, then.
You keep reminding me of how poor you are in the league. So why would I say?
So on paper, because of the manager that you continue to back, that's why we look so poor in the league. Why do you think I'm saying he should finish top 6?
All right, so this manager changes it.
Of course, the manager changes it. This is what I've been saying the whole time. Right. Coaching matters, Veta.
All right, let's talk about a winning manager. Let's talk about a winning manager. Let's
what are we talking about here, man? Like, what are we going around the houses and back over it? Like I said, top four is the floor, not the ceiling. To Madison, I agree with you. It's not only the manager. However, the manager is important. That's why I said if you are if you're a competent manager, yes. You don't have to be the greatest manager to go finish in the top 6 and win the Europa League. You don't have to be great. You don't have to be, hear the words that are coming out of my mouth, people. You don't have to be great to do that. You know why? Because the Europa League is the second-tier competition, which means you are facing, more often than not, second-tier opposition and second-tier managers and second-tier teams in terms of resources. And Champions League teams can't drop down. Champions League outfits can't drop down. Now, if we're talking about going to win the Premier League and Champions League, that's when you need to be exceptional. That's when you need to be great. That's when you need to be a cut above.
So you could see high competitiveness in Europa. Does that mean that the domestic cups might have to fall off? That's a lot for a manager to do.
Favorable draw. Depends on the draw.
Okay. All right.
Because we've won 2 under this manager and he's woeful. So why can't we go and win it? We should always be in the mix for domestic cups just on the draw side of things. Bear in mind we beat 2 of the 3 best teams in the country to win a trophy last season. So here we are.
Yeah, that's true. But the manager's not good enough. So I hear.
No, he's not, because people can win one-off games. I'm saying same way that girl who you think's average, you might see her on one day and she looks fine.
Yo, actually,
been there
for all you youngsters in the chat.
Been there.
Listen.
Like, yo, did you see such and such? She looked fire today, and then you see the next day and it ain't it. Like, that's what happens.
Youngsters in the chat, make your evaluations over a series of days. First impressions. Nah.
She might just wear her hair different, and I'm like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? She might wear her hair different, and she just wears it, like, she just pulls out the long hair with some frames, and I just look at it different. I've been there. She put on glasses with some frames, and she put on glasses and had the hair straight, and I was like, whoa. Have you seen such and such, fam? I remember saying that. Been there, yo.
Flawless is having a reminisce. He's reminiscing right now. Yo, this is a joke.
I am. I remember what was going on. I was like, whoa. I was like, fine, is it just me? Yeah, but we move. We're to Uncle Murder. Before we move on to City, we will do. Flawless, would Alonso accept the job? I don't know, with Alonso. He's one of the few I really don't know, because I don't know what
he turned down
his MO is. Did he turn down Liverpool?
Yeah, he turned down Liverpool.
He did. But maybe did he? But again, the reasons why he turned down Liverpool, was it because he wanted to stay another year at Leverkusen? Because he's like, I'm only a year into this, which is the sensible thing to do from a managerial standpoint.
But again, the same way you said United or so-and-so club, this is Liverpool. Leverkusen.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they come knocking and he turns them down.
It's different circumstances, though. Avoid, you're a very smart man. I know you would know about the 48 laws of power. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. Don't follow Klopp.
Yeah.
Don't follow
Give it a couple seasons. I hear it.
Don't follow Klopp. It's like getting with a girl and her last relationship was absolutely, the guy was fantastic, exceptional. Took her out all the time. You know what I'm saying? And all that. Was cooking for her all the time, planning dates, romantic, on the beach, roses, petals on the bed. You don't want to follow that.
Nah. But
yeah, you don't want to. I can only speak for me. I don't want to follow that. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to.
Nah, you impress in different ways. You may not do the little romantic things, but you impress in different.
That's
ways.
Not my bag. You know what I'm saying? My bag different, but hey, we move. But yeah, to answer your question, Ryan, I don't know. That's all I can say about Alonso. I don't know his MO.
Nah, he doesn't. Alonso turned you down, right? Liverpool fans, he turned you down for a reason. I think, you know what? the resources at United does make you guys very attractive. Can't lie about that.
Yes, because we got the bag.
The current player assets that you have, though, is where I think you only have Diallo, Menu. Who else are you being like, listen, this is going to be the framework. This is the spine of the team. It's only those two. I could be wrong, but the player assets, I don't think is very attractive.
Well, players want to bring, but again, that's all a part of the conversation when you sit down with what you need. Oh, yeah, he did reject Bayern Munich as well. But we bigger clubs than those two scrub clubs in Bayern Munich.
Flex that chest,
as I was saying, yeah, because you're gonna want to bring. Because even if we did have a great spine, you're gonna want to bring in your own players anyway. So I don't think managers don't look into that. I don't think they want to.
Yeah, but you guys don't like when players bring their players. You guys keep crashing on Ten Hag for that.
Why do we crash on Ten Hag for his players?
Because he brought in his own players.
Why do we crash on them players?
What do you mean? Why?
You smiling? Why do we crash on the players he brought in? If we're just gonna play stupid, play stupid games. You get stupid prizes. This guy, we'll just bypass that. Manchester City, ladies and gentlemen, 4-0 winners in the Champions League. Ain't too much to talk about in regards to that. Let's talk about you lot, man. Are you concerned by your form? 2 draws.
Concerned about my form, flawless.
I'm asking. 2 points from 6 for Manchester City is a catastrophe.
Let's focus on this game. We can talk about
the standards you are
overall.
2 points.
No, I don't do the standards thing. No, I don't do the standards thing. No, that ain't me. Yeah. Humble. Keep it humble, eh? Remember what Holland said. Keep it humble, eh? Talking to Arteta.
All right. So you really want to talk about beating Bratislava 4-0? All right, floor is yours.
4-0 in the state that we're in right now, flawless. I'm actually very happy.
The state you're in. Right? What's
the state that I'm in? Listen, yes, the state that I'm in.
What
the state that I'm in? The state is Ballon d'Or nominee should be winning the Ballon d'Or. Rodri not in the mix, not available. KDB, arguably the best midfielder to have ever played in the Prem.
That is absolutely. You said a lot, but that's absolute blasphemy. But we move.
He shares the assist record with Thierry Henry.
Don't care. You don't even get in. You know what's crazy? He don't even get in your all-time best 11 at Manchester City in the Premier League. I don't think. But here we are. I don't think he was better than David Silva or Yaya Toure. But hey, we move.
I mean, if you're gonna talk about the complete player conversation,
it's not complete. I'm saying if we do a City Premier League 11, he don't get in the 11. He's on the bench. But hey, we move.
Wow.
Your midfield is Rodri, Yaya Toure, David Silva. But hey, uncomfortable conversations.
Amazing. Hey, Yaya was my favorite player, so I'm not taking anything away from that. Yeah. But at the same time,
Ryan, you can put KDB over Yaya Toure. I am not. But here we are.
I listen, these conversations always circle around longevity. Yeah. They always circle around.
Giggs has more assistant in what we do in here. Facts, Madison.
Longevity. This is the thing that we're talking about. Longevity. I hear all that.
How many years is De Bruyne? I mean, how many years has De Bruyne been at City?
De Bruyne's been here. If Pep's been here 8, then De Bruyne's been here 9.
Okay.
Right, so he's actually outlasted the length of a career at Manchester City of Yaya and a David Silva. But hey, I'm taking nothing away from David Silva. But I'm saying, and I believe I said arguably the best midfielder to have ever played in the Prem. I said arguably. All right.
Yeah,
and let's not argue about it now.
Yeah. But that's just crazy. But we move. And to Ryan, you're missing the point. He said for what he's done at City. I'm not talking about for what they won. I'm talking about just player for player and what they did at their best. But hey, we move.
I saw Yaya play up close. The man was a mountain, and he had the agility and his skill set, which was crazy. But the man was crazy in terms of his stature on that pitch. Now,
the state you're in because you went away to Bratislava and won. So let's talk about that. Hard fought victory because of the state you're in with no De Bruyne and no Rodri. I get it, man.
No, listen, they've noticed that my armor's got dents in it.
It's got chinks. It's got chinks in it. Yeah.
It's got chinks in it because they're seeing that I'm not the City that they expected. I'm not the City with Rodri and KDB. I'm not the City with the Oscar Bob. I wasn't a City with Foden because Foden had to deal with some issues. This result, 4-0 clean sheet, I'm really happy with. And the starting 11 that I saw, I was really
Who
happy
was your
with it as
standing
well,
11?
because
Go on, carry on.
I saw first year Savinho. He didn't have the best of game. I'll be honest with you. I saw the player that everybody wants to take their quick shots at, be disrespectful. I saw Jeremy Doku play very well
Yeah,
first half.
he found his level, man. Found his level.
Kind of
That's
fell off
why.
a little. Found his level in Champions League.
Yeah. No,
Found his level in Champions League.
No, found his level on the team. Where are they from? The team you played?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
When I say he found his level, I'm talking about the opposition.
No, don't do that about opposition. No, because your last year opposition in Champions League humbled you guys. So let's not do that.
Because we're rubbish too. What are we talking about? And what did they do after that?
There's no rubbish teams in Champions League. There's no.
Because there is, because we was there. We not a rubbish team.
No,
we was there last year. Got him.
You guys were not to be that bad.
Hey, that's your manager, man. Are you back?
He's not my manager, but I heard what Ineos was doing, and it made sense to me.
But like I was saying, he found his level playing against Slovakian teams. But yeah, go on, talk about it.
Man's playing in Champions League. You got to respect it.
Yeah, man.
But Doku 100%. Had a shot off the post.
Against Inter the day
looking good.
Week before. In week
you know what I want to do? You know what I want to do? Because again, we don't have the PR. We're not media darlings like Liverpool. Whatever Liverpool do, they get talked about. Yay. Arsenal haven't won it for years. Yay. Right? They're not really talking about United right now, but all the red cartels, yay. Whatever they do. My players today. There's no big headliners. There's no talking amongst pundits. Three EDS players playing in Champions League. That's something to be like boastful about. That's something to be like, show your chest out. Listen, look, we're doing it the right way. Phil Foden, EDS, and you've seen his journey from a very young lad to the man that he is right now. Player of the year last season. You saw Rico Lewis at the time of when he scored, one of the youngest to have ever scored in Champions League as well. Proud of him. And James McAtee. All three players that I mentioned had an impact in the game. All three players, EDS players, the youngsters, the kids. When Liverpool did it, it was a big thing. The kids played. This is Champions League the kids played. Champions League the kids played.
I like how you keep saying Champions League,
had an impact. It was Champions League. Full facts.
Yeah, I'm glad how you keep mentioning it as Champions League and not actual opposition in the Champions League. But we move.
I respect all opposition, all competition. Now, the point is, James McAtee got on the score sheet. Phil Foden, Rico Lewis with an assist. Haaland, for those of you, rivals, Spotify, if you're listening, listen to my voice right now. For these rivals that want to talk about Erling Haaland, find a new gimmick. Find a new talking point. Find a new target. Sometimes, listen, you can't acquire the target. There's too much going around. You can't get a clear shot. Haaland is not a clear shot. You can't get the scope on him. 41 games, Champions League, 42 goals. Find someone else you want to talk about. Go after somebody else. Go if you want. Go, okay, take a shot to Jeremy Doku.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We will. 100%. I hear you on that.
Stop this with Haaland. Stop it. The man is the most proficient goal scorer we have ever seen. So proficient, he says, I don't want touches during the game. So proficient, he says, nah, I don't need to be involved in build-up. I don't need to get the feel of the ball, the weight of the ball. Nah, I don't. Just give me the ball. Just give me the ball and I'll shoot. You 3 touches? You're gonna give me 3 touches? Okay, I'll give you 3 goals. Maybe I'll give you 2 goals. But yeah, 3 touches. That's all I want. The most proficient goal scorer we've ever seen in our, and we're living through this. Our uncles, our fathers, our grandfathers, we can tell them, listen, we are seeing the most proficient goal scorer ever. And you know why? It's not just the eye test. You nerds and geeks out there, look at the stats. And this is no disrespect. I'm a nerd. I'm a geek as well. We don't talk about football this much if we don't nerd out and geek out about it. Go and look at the stats. No other player has been doing what he did. He tied a record with Flawless's guy, CR7, quickest to 100 goals. 105 games for a franchise. And we all know that Cristiano Ronaldo was generational. We all know he was a unicorn, that he was phenomenal. A rare sighting. You're witnessing a rare sighting. I know you don't want to, I know, Rivals, you don't want to accept it.
No, I've accepted it. Yeah, I've accepted. Haaland's a bad boy. Like I don't dispute that.
Flawless has.
Yeah, Flawless like I don't criticize him. Like
I respect that.
Yeah, 100%. Sometimes you just gotta hold your hands up and go, yeah, like, especially when Doku's playing alongside him. That's your target, people. That's your target, man. Only criticism I say of Haaland is, quarterfinals, Champions League, when he sees Real Madrid, he might get tired. Other than that, that's it. It's the only criticism I have of him. That's it.
You know what's funny? As you speak about what he had to do last season,
well,
Chelsea fans are starting to bother me now.
Talk Chelsea about why? Because of the Palmer thing.
Yeah. Listen, I can be shameless, but disguise it. Be clever with it.
Thanks.
I'm hearing you guys talk about since last season, Cole Palmer has more GA than Haaland. You're comparing Cole Palmer to Haaland's injured season, out for 2 months. Do you know how you're propping the man up? You're actually propping up Haaland more so than you are propping up Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer played a complete full season. I think he might have had a couple injuries, maybe not play a full game, but he had a complete season. Haaland was out for 2 months. You're propping up GA when Haaland was out for 2 months. Yo, stop. Slow down. You're embarrassing yourself. Find another target. He's not the one. Cole Palmer, I respect what he's doing. I'm glad that he's able to shine. This is Manchester City. We pollinate. We pollinate the rest of the league. When Flawless was at the top, you know what he did? He hoarded everything. He's like, mine. Oh, you got a star over there? Mine. Oh, you got a star over there? Mine. He hoarded everything. I'm over here in Manchester City. You know what we're doing? Here, take that. Oh, Cole Palmer? Here. Sterling? Here. Jesus? Here. Zinchenko? Here. This is what you want some assistant managers? Huh. Chelsea,
don't do that. There you go. The only one that's worth anything, that's done anything to note, is Palmer. Right, let's call a spade, but we move.
We are giving back.
Yeah, you give your cast off stuff, man. Yeah, team, the players and managers.
Our cast off shot Arsenal back to competing again. They were at fifth. They were fifth, not doing anything.
Competing.
We gave them players, and they had their best start ever.
Yeah, great. And they won.
We gave them players, and now they've competed 2 points off winning the league.
And they won what?
So you keep going back to that, man. You know what? You know why they couldn't win? They couldn't win because
what?
They couldn't win because Manchester City's fan base were level-headed. The owners, the manager, the players. We just got things a little more. We're less emotional over here. All right, Arsenal fans, you're a little too emotional. I don't know. Maybe you got a little too much soy in your diet, but you guys crash too much. Like, little things get you all upset. Control your diet. Less soy, maybe more gym, more walks. Calm yourselves down. But once they level out, once they kind of know that it's a marathon, I think Arsenal are going to get over the line and actually win it. They get too many ups and downs. Now, this 4-0, I'm happy with it because I couldn't have another result. We had a draw versus Inter. I don't know what this whole new UCL format's going to be like, how many points are required, all that kind of stuff. But the 4-0 is actually great. It's great news. I didn't even look so far to see who we play next, but I think we got a favorable. Matchup.
I tell you now. What, in the league are you talking about? In the
Champions League?
In Champions League, I tell you now. Because them tough games, right? So you have Sparta Prague. Oh, is that Sparta Prague? But Sparta Prague. Then Sporting away. That'll be a tough game. I'm gonna watch that one. I'll do a watch along. I want to watch Sporting. My manager over there. Final.
Arsenal fans remember how tough Sporting are. So that's
final. Juventus away. That'll be a good game. Juventus away.
I'm not looking forward to that. You know what?
Away. You'll beat PSG.
Yeah.
And then
PSG
your last. Bad. Yeah. And then your last game is Club Brugge at home.
I'm happy with that. Now, I haven't looked so far, and I'm not going to do this on this show because I'm going to do my homework, but I'm going to be looking at Champions League fixtures as well as EPL fixtures. We got to make sure we know who we're playing and what's going to happen because, again, my squad isn't what it used to be, Flawless.
I know, man. Struggling, man.
My depth is a little different. Pep's trying to figure out the right combination. He played with Gundogan, Nunez, and Foden in the midfield.
Yeah, he did that as a trio.
Mm-hmm. It worked well. It worked well, but I can't rely on Gundogan being the one to sniff out danger defensively. I can't rely on Nunez being the one to do that either. So I don't know. And even with the back four, I was calm with it. I like what I saw. I mean, it's interesting to see how Walker's going to be played throughout the season, I actually believe that my best back four right now is actually Akanji, Stones, Diaz, and Gavardio.
Okay.
Pep chose to sit Diaz, and he had Rico, Akanji, Stones, and Gavardio, which worked out pretty well. So we'll see how that continues moving forward. But of all seasons, Wallace, this
Talk about it.
This UCL is wide open. This EPL is wide open. For the first time, I'm actually thinking we might have to default to the quote unquote myth of City splashing cash. I think we have to go and get a DM in the
I think you definitely will. I think you'll go get a DM. And that's the smart thing to do.
I think we got to do that. We can't risk not getting this fifth.
Uh-huh.
After we get this fifth, Flawless, I'm not lying. I'll go away. After this fifth, I'll go away in terms of the expectations or the hopes of winning. I would actually be okay with, you know what?
Not winning because you've just won 5 in a row. So you're much more, when somebody is credit in the bank like that, of course you're going to be much more forgiving. That makes sense. That's just logical.
Honestly, I should be that way right now. 4th is ridiculous.
No, that makes sense too. If you lot were not to win the league, as much as you'd be disappointed, you wouldn't be crashing on Pep because he's won 4 in a row.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fair. You are the bank. Same way with Fergie. When we didn't win, as much as I was disappointed and I criticized, I won't crash it on him. Because you were the bank. That's fair. Well, not many people are the bank, and not many people have a lot of credit in the bank. But if you are successful, you get that. Like if you win a Prem or a Champs, one, that buys you a season at least. True. If you win a Premier League or a Champions League, that buys you a season.
Now let me also say this, because with regards to, I'm gonna have to go say prayers with my minions real quick.
Yeah, it's cool.
The future fixtures, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, it's no gaslighting. Those of you on Spotify, tune into the YouTube channel. Check out Sarcasm City TV. Subscribe, hit that like button, drop a comment. Let me know what's going on here. Listen, I got an easy run coming up. All right, I got after this Champions League that you're disrespecting with regards to competition. I got Fulham.
Yeah, I'm very disrespectful of the Slovakian champions.
You're very disrespectful.
Yeah, the Slovakian champions, without doubt.
Got to respect the UCL competitors. But we got Fulham, and then we got this international break again, right?
Facts. Yep.
So
you really do have a favorable run in. Fucking hell, I'm just looking at it. Jesus. Wolves away, Southampton at home, Bournemouth away. This is just the league. Brighton away, Spurs at home.
Hey! I got Spurs in the.
Yeah, that was just Premier League games. I didn't mention Champions League or League Cup games. I was just talking Prem.
Yeah, but that's
you don't have to worry about league. You don't have to worry about what's the tough run than Premier League games.
No, the Prem. I'm happy with the run, especially Fulham international break. Okay, nice and calm. Wolves coming back. Okay, cool. Sprata Champions League at home, so I'm still cool with that one. Southampton at home, cool with that one. Spurs away, League Cup. Spurs away.
Oh yeah, he already said he's playing the youth team.
He has to because
the squad is so stretched thin. I get it, man.
Don't Flawless. It really is.
I get it. I'm in agreement with you.
No, I know what you're doing.
What am I doing?
Those of you on Spotify, look at Flawless's face as he's saying this. You know what he's doing.
What am I doing?
You saying my squad's thin. You're being
the squad is stretched.
You're being the name of your channel right now.
How am I saying your squad is stretched? Like, let me check out your bench, because this is actually. Would you say your second string played today, or your second string was on the bench today? What would you say? Or is that a mix of the two?
It was kind of a mix. I think the majority of our first players played defensively.
Okay, so because it was. So this is your depth. So you got Nunes, Gundogan, Foden, Doku, Savinho. Would you class them as second string? Is that fair?
With the exception, I think Savinho is more of a starter right now.
Okay, so exclude Savinho. So the rest of them. Outside of man, it's not the best depth, that, man. You know what I'm saying? Most of those wouldn't start for most of the teams in the league, but hey, we move.
See this? I knew what this guy was doing right
now. What do you mean? What am I doing? Would they or would they not?
Yeah, I think I think there's good quality over Manchester City, but the
Yeah,
praise
man.
really needs to be on the EDS.
And then your bench today was Walker, Diaz, Grealish, McAtee, Kovacic, Bernardo Silva, Edison, Scott Carson.
It's not the greatest.
Yeah, man. I ain't seen no, but I've seen. I don't know what teams in the. Hey, chat. Let me know about
January transfer window in the
this.
chat.
Important. Let me
Bader
know, man.
Games wants
That bench looks better than most benches I've seen, but I could be wrong.
I want a DM and I want a backup attacking player, preferably someone that can play center forward, striker.
Oh,
no, I want. I need someone to back up Holland. I need something because we look totally different without him. Totally different.
Yeah, of course. That's fair.
So that's where I'm at. This international break, I need to, you know what? I got my notebook. I need to write down some ideas. We got to figure out what we're going to talk about over the international break.
We'll definitely figure it out.
Now, not to revisit it, but do you think that there is a firing of said manager before?
Oh yeah, I've said it. I think Ten Hag gets sacked in the international break.
Okay.
I'm like, I think these next 2 games, I think next time we do the show, I think he's gone.
Wow. All right.
Now that I think about it, I like it.
I'll do my Ten Hag appreciation after the fact.
Yeah, you can do that, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me know when it's happening. So let me know when that happens so I know not to be there, but as you were.
Well, no, flawless. You got to recognize the good that he's done for the club and the bad.
Yeah.
Year 1 was good. We're going to recognize year 1, give him his credit.
Cool.
Why are you being like that?
You can leave. That's what you can do.
Why are you being like that? Year 1 was good, man.
Don't tell me I don't care, man. Year 1 was great with the, you know what I'm saying, with the girl. And then year 2 and 3 was hell. So here we are. Don't tell me about year 1. When year 2 and 3, she pumped me through hell.
Oh, man. See,
been there.
I myself, I've had all good breakups. I break up on good terms. So that's why I'm kind of like, you know what? The good and the bad.
You're looking like I do. Normally it's clean, but I still don't forget what happened during that period to force me to get to the breakup period.
Yeah, no, there's a reason why the breakup
there's a reason. Yeah, I don't forget that. You know what I'm saying? I don't forget.
Yeah, but sometimes it's just like it's not compatible, right? Sometimes just doesn't work. What she wants and what I want, they just don't match up. Listen, I want to say thank you so much. I'm creeping on 700 over at my YouTube channel.
Hey, you lot, subscribe to Veta Games TV. The link's in the title. Click the link right now in the title. Subscribe to this gaslighter because he's a quality content creator.
Has been amazing.
The people have been supporting. Love that.
Yeah. And I see them. I see them in the comments at times with the live. So I appreciate that. I had a show today. Why always me? Talked about City obviously winning versus Newcastle, winning or a preview of the UCL game. Talked about Chelsea, Liverpool. I didn't talk about Arsenal. Relax, Arsenal fans. I didn't talk about you. But my next show is going to be Thursday. CIA, Intelligent Agenda. Don't miss out on this one. I've been blessed to have great analysts, other City fans, and again, City fans that kind of do what I do, but in a different way. I mean, I kind of mix it up. I get in the trenches a little bit. You guys know there's a few of us. There's not many City fans, but there's a few of us doing our thing on TikTok, on YouTube, Twitter, X. I bring them all together, and we have a good combo. So iron sharpens iron. We trade off some of the things that we like to get to. Yo, respect United Spurs of America, my man Jacob.
Jacob's right. And to say who slept on more, Spurs or Veta, definitely Veta. 100%. Without doubt. Definitely.
Not everyone likes how I go at it. Not everybody likes what I have to say. But if you find yourself entertained, just know I'm an equal.
Oh yeah, you should be. One thing, if someone says you're not entertaining, that's just being a hater. They can say they disagree with you, but if people say you are not entertaining, that's just straight hate. They just dislike you. I'm saying that's not from an honest place in the slightest. As much as we disagree on things, like to say you're not entertaining is that's criminal. That is straight. Like they just don't like you.
Nah, bless. I'm gonna go back. What I do like to do, and be completely honest with you, I do like going back to the show. I do like putting the comments on the large screen and going back and seeing what's happening. I don't do that live. I'll be honest with you. Whatever Flawless does in terms of triggering me or what I end up talking about, where the conversation goes, it's him being an amazing host, looking at the comments and reacting appropriately. I like, just so you know, viewers in the chat, what I am saying is me. I'm not influenced by the chat. So if I'm off or it seems like I'm responding to you, it's just the flow. I like going back to the comments, and I'm going to check this out. I'm going to clip up something because I do like sharing that as well. Flawless. Yo, bless, man. Thanks for having me on for another show.
Of course, man. Let them know where they can find you and what you got coming up and all that good stuff.
We got another show. We got CIA that's going to be dropping on Thursday. It's going to be live. Look out for the thumbnail, probably dropping tomorrow. I'm going to have the likes of Ryan. He does his thing over at TikTok, City Fan. I got Professor Hamza. He does his thing on YouTube, TikTok, as well as Twitter, X Spaces, G Certified, Gun DeLorean, True City Fan, Mancunian Way. Listen, Kim, I got a list. I got a list of people that are going to come through. So you like to hear a different perspective? Because apparently there's not many City fans. So if you want to hear a City fan's perspective, tune into the channel. Much respect, man.
I hear that. Before you go, scoreline prediction for the Fulham game.
Woo, flawless, man.
Yeah, so tough, man, against the mighty Fulham. They're flying.
It's an away game.
No, it's
Don't do that.
Place. It's at your place.
Is it at home? Oh, okay. All right.
Because we're away, so you're at home.
All right. If we're at home, Fulham, Holland's on fire.
You stop the rock first, looking for your first win in 3.
That's actually really good.
I know it's a valid point. That's why I'm here.
You know what? In the league, yeah, because I had a draw.
You're looking for your one. You're looking for your first win in 3.
I need that win. Is it going to be a clean sheet? I don't. I'm gonna say 3-1.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 3-1. I won't predict who's going to score at this point. I like to do that when I see the starting lineup. But yeah, 3-1. I got confidence with it. Yeah, what's your prediction? Who are you playing?
Villa away.
Wow. Oh, damn.
Away. Yeah, we got Villa.
Damn.
Away.
Ooh, flawless. You didn't. You know what? You didn't want to say it. Like when I was looking at you, you didn't want.
I didn't want to say
it. That's gonna be a tough one. That's what it. Listen.
See how we just a laughing stock, and this guy trying to gaslight about you should keep the manager, and we're just laughing. You know what I'm saying? Man, just laughing at the fact that we're playing Villa away. That tells you we are a laughing stock. Anyone who's backing this manager, hear how people talk about us. Man, I just said we're playing Villa away, and man just burst out into laughter. No, that's how much we're just not serious, man. We're a clown show.
It was a combination. No, flawless. It was a combination of, as you said it, I was looking at the expression on your face.
Yeah,
and then it registered.
You see the pain. Yeah. That's why. You know what I'm saying? Because I know our team's a joke. That's why. And then you're gonna ask me a scoreline, and then I'm gonna lie, and then you're gonna go, "Do you really believe that?" And I'm gonna say, "What do you think?"
Oh man. No, I'm not gonna ask you a scoreline. I'm not gonna ask you a scoreline.
Nah, I've said this, man. 1-1. You know what I'm saying? Said this.
You said 1-1.
I said 1-1. Yeah.
Oh, that's the united pride in you. Not
exactly.
Giving,
of course,
not giving a
you
lot.
know this.
I rate that.
Troops the dick in the back again was like, "Oh, do you believe that?" And I said, "Don't ask me different questions. You don't answer to it. See how Faye is laughing."
Oh, that's crazy.
And Troops responded just like that, creasing up.
Oh,
when he
that's crazy.
He was like, "Do you believe that?" I'm like, "Don't ask me no questions you don't answer to."
Man.
No, I rate that. That's what I said to him. Everyone knows what I think. I've said this. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. Hear how I hear what I say. You know what I'm saying? Ignore me when I make predictions. People ignore me because I'm never predicting us to lose. Ignore me. I never predict United to lose, but I criticize United on a consistent basis. Come on now. Put 2 and 2 together. Look, Vegas finished. We a joke, man. Fucking circus. And people that keep the manager.
Oh no,
you can't even show his face.
No, I'm laughing at how you said it.
That we're a joke. You know what I'm saying? We are a joke.
Oh man.
Oh, circus, man. People on unicycles. You know what I'm saying? People holding the discs. You know, all that type of stuff.
Oh, damn.
For the animals in the cage.
My bad. My bad.
Yeah, look, they over there crying tears, man. Look at this crying.
I gotta get out of here, man. Yo, bless.
They over there finished. Look at Manchester United, man. Man just laughing. Hey, they a little every day.
Yo, bless.
They is finished.
Lined up, everyone. Yo, catch you next week, boss.
Damn. Yeah. Every time Vader will talk, hear
Yeah.
how he said, damn, that tells you all you need to know. It's a rap. We are joke people. Absolute circus, man. That's what we are. Make sure you subscribe to Vader Games TV. I know we didn't get to all the questions, but we got to most. Obviously, you got Vader's thoughts. Vader over here talking about United, which is always an interesting conversation. But yeah, he's gone, man. I've said this. The manager's gone. We lose them 2 games and it's a wrap, man. I know my nephew in the chat talking about Villa are going, United are going to win. Like it's a wrap, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a wrap. It's over. Thankfully, now that I think about it, is there light at the end of the tunnel? I don't even know if there's light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, there is light at the end of the tunnel, but is it our oncoming train? That's what I'm thinking. That's what it is at the end of the tunnel. But we move. But anyways, we closing out. Big up to everyone that's locked in. You lot are real ones. I really need to get trimmed. This beard is getting long. But you know what? Now I'm just going to rock it. I need to get my hair done, though. That's what I need to do. Unc, you can count on one hand how many times we beat you in 20 years. I hear that, but it's a wrap. Trust me. I'd normally be like, yeah, I understand, but it's a wrap. Are you doing EASC 25 career mode during international break? Yes. Not only that, I'm trying to get, I don't know if I'm going to do it. I'm trying to get a new series started as well during international break. I'm going to try. So I don't know yet. I'm obviously just trying to dot all the I's and cross all the T's. This is what I'm trying to do. To try and bring you lot some good content during the international break. But yeah, EAFC 25 you'll get as well. But we're going to close out. Vader's referenced it many times. Don't forget, we are available on all audio platforms, including Spotify. Big up to all the audio listeners. Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, etc. people. So follow us on Spotify, Sarcasm City TV. Same with iTunes, 5-stars on there, Apple Podcast, or wherever else you listen to podcasts. Don't forget, follow us on the playback as well. Road to 700 followers on there. Well, back live today because it's the 2nd of October if you are in the UK. Big up to everyone in every other time zone, though, for the Aston Villa Bayern Munich game, people. We're back live for the Aston Villa Bayern Munich game, people. That's on the playback. And then we'll be back here at 11:30 p.m. for the second crossover of the week. Got to deal with this crook Vader. Now I got to deal with 2 more crooks and absolute criminals who need to be thrown under the jail in TJ and Tony, the Manchester United Arsenal show. Man Them United podcast meets the Gunner Talk from the Arsenal podcast. Well, we'll probably be talking more about Ten Hag, Arsenal beating PSG, etc., and all that stuff. Let me see who's live as well. See who's live. Prediction for Bayern Villa. Bayern 2-1. Bayern 2-1. But I think it'll be a very good game because Villa are always in the entertaining games. I can't remember the last time I watched the Aston Villa game and was bored. They play for someone like Emery, who's known as like pragmatic and defensive. They play a entertaining brand of football. Like Ipswich Villa was a very good game. I'm going to redirect, even though League One is live, I'm going to redirect to my guy, Alam. That's who I'm going to redirect to. I'm going to redirect to him. But we are going to close out. Again, big up everyone who's supporting, man. You lot are the realists. Because you turn up every day and support. It is road to 13,000 subscribers on here. So please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button as well. And this has been the Man Them United podcast / the Man Them City podcast, the Manchester United, Manchester City show, live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll make sure I set up this live, actually. Wait 1 second. I always forget if I set up the redirect all the time. Rookie mistake. Absolute rookie mistake. Did I set it up? Let me check. Yeah, I did set it up. Hey, big up. Love to you all. Salute.